Let's do it.
All right, we're live.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hey.
We're returning once again for our wonderful, awesome foray into the Jin lands of Banestorm, Yurth.
Entertain us.
Thank goodness I'm not getting paid for this. You can't ask for your money back. So,
I want my money back.
well, like I said, tonight, all errors and problems will go onto the shoulders of Arn, as he has claimed that what else could go wrong. So
I'm innocent, I tells you.
from here on out, if anything goes wrong, we'll blame that. Even my inept GMing style. So
We're totally gonna rip off the Red October movie. You arrogant ass! You killed us all.
So, with that, before we get into the nitty-gritty, a little bit of housekeeping. Anyone wanting to spend any points before we begin? Character housekeeping. Edits before things start to moving. I did mention we improved Zistral's groin coverage for his armor.
Because you screwed that up.
A little bit.
He just didn't have it cinched up all the way.
Yeah, left the strap undone.
So, under that, so it depends on which image you look at. This one kind of gives you, an idea that a stray arrow in the weirdest angle may, in fact, kind of poke you in the...
Right in the crupper.
I am really disappointed with you, Mark.
Well, the other image
I wanted a crappy Photoshop where you stuck a little man's torso and head in place of the horse.
Oh. No. At least there's a historical accuracy for horse armor.
Are we limiting weapon skills to 18 for this, or was that a different one?
For buying, you cannot buy your skill higher than 18. You can do time spent to raise it, increase it further.
All right, I am going to spend it on. I will improve land navigation. Looking over the things that I have starred from use.
Alright. And any other character point expenditures, housekeeping, character questions, updates, etc. etc. etc.
Did that cap cover techniques? I don't think it did.
No. Techniques can be bought up to wherever their maximums are. So.
Which is 5 levels.
It depends on
the technique.
Some can be bought, like Feint can be bought above the level, I believe.
Unless you have technique mastery, in which case
it's 2 levels higher.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I think targeted attack vitals is only 2 points or 3 points you can spend in it. I could be wrong. It's been a while.
You can only improve it to half of what it was. Or, better phrasing, you can only reduce the penalty by half.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember the details, but when we went through it before, we determined that I could only take 3 levels of it.
Damn, 17 unspent. Whew.
Yeah, I know.
It needs to, suddenly get stronger. It's been working out.
Works out.
18. I work out.
Well, I mean,
Not a bad
building
idea.
your strength costs less. It cost you 9 instead of 10, right? At this point, or something like that.
Wait, wasn't there something
Because
though
your size mod 1.
Yeah, wasn't there something when Brian first started this where we like, unless it's a racial template, some of our attributes were capped to like at 16 or something?
Attributes.
Yes,
Well,
there are attribute caps.
but human max is 18. He's a centaur, and Haruki's a
Yeah,
giant.
but we had a cap that where it's like
Starting caps.
unless it was special, like you're a centaur or something like that.
Maybe next week.
No one's at their cap anyway.
All right. So, anyone else have any updates, character housekeeping, general GM, comments to the GM?
Quit
Yeah,
sucking.
not until we start.
Well, I will not. I can't guarantee that. I'm sorry, Danny. No guarantees.
Apology
All right, so-
ignored.
Mark, you stink.
See, now that just hurts my feelings. Okay, I'm gonna try
God.
All right. So, here we are. Try not to let that sting.
Air Force.
All right. So we have left off with the discovery of the fabled city of Yaquit Min Al Ramal, loosely translated the Gem of the Sands. The warband must now look into exploring it, uncovering hidden dangers, finding and removing the curse that surrounds it.
Wait, there's a curse? Nobody said anything about a curse.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
when
was
did it
what
come
they
up?
need. Well,
I say we leave the hidden dangers covered.
Well, the hidden
Unless it's
dangers
underneath
might
a nice book.
hide themselves. They might find you.
Might.
All right, so we also left off with 2 captured centaurs. One surrendered, a few dead, and another disabled.
Rashid coughs and says, just one.
Yeah.
No, we told him not to kill the chick.
Well, yeah. She is not dead. I actually found it. I got it in here.
Right. So we are at that gate thing and looking into the city, correct?
Yes, as you enter, open the outer gates. That's kind of the view of the city you have, and the sandstorm, from where you left, is, I guess, in whatever manner, has started to reach you here as well.
Wait, which one? Which one are you talking
There is
about?
a
The entry
sandstorm.
with the no. Which view is it? The one with the 2 statues facing
Two
each other?
statues. Yeah, 2 statues.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, the image of the city is just the image of the city,
Right.
kind of to give you, and then entering through the gates. We'll just say, for lack of a better word, we'll say you're entering. Oh, come on, arrows here. There.
Oh
from,
God, here
the
comes
south
the
gate.
arrows.
Yay! I get to draw arrows again. La 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 la.
Right. So as soon as we do that, Ben is actually going to turn to everybody and start just sort of start talking, because I don't want the Fail to just suddenly start randomly wandering around.
Right.
So
However,
he's going to point out, and it's like, hey, we cannot just go randomly into the city. We don't have a clue where we're at, or how we got here, and frankly, that's pretty low on my list. So we don't even know that this is the official lost city. So right now we need to establish some sort of rally point to assemble until the city is more explored and we have a better idea of what's going on.
For the most part, the Sheik agrees. However, he does point to the approaching sandstorm and says,
Right.
we will need at least get within the walls. But keeping everyone consolidated should not be a problem. And he will agree to let you and yours explore the city. However, the Janik states that... hold on, I should just pop those images here. Wrong screen.
Also, I'm going to have to totally call shenanigans on you, Mark. You should have totally resized your images so they're all the same size. I mean, for
Right.
like the picture, the faces and stuff, because otherwise it's like
I know.
bad
It's
GM.
Well, yeah.
No,
Okay.
not bad GM. Lazy GM.
Lazy. I will accept lazy. Lazy, I can accept.
Only because you can't be bothered to defend yourself.
Because that's too much work. So, what I'm thinking, we also need to interrogate these the centaurs that we have, that the two that are with us, because we don't know if the Jin that is their master and used to be the Fail's master, I guess, is capable of tracking them. In fact, does that Jin even have a name? You haven't given us a name for him.
I do have a name for him,
or
actually.
a title.
I have a name
else.
and title. Hold on, let me find the image.
I don't know what he looks like. Oh, that's a cool. I like that picture though. That's cool. I was looking at the centaur chick.
I really need to sort and order these things too.
Holy crap! Did it actually remember the Fantasy Grounds? Actually remember where my dice tower and the modifier box was? It's like it didn't require me to relocate it.
It's been like that for a long time.
Well, I haven't noticed it until now, so that means it didn't matter until now.
All right, so the Jin that the Fail are fleeing is Jin Ataketh, or Lord Ataketh. The centaur is, asking his identity. He identifies himself as, I am flight leader Aramak of the Sept of the Stinging Arrows. And other than being kind of surly and only doing what you ask him to do, in the sense that he's you're not stabbing him, and he resists, but not in the I'm going to fight you resist, but don't touch me, it's like, go over here. It's like, very well, that kind of thing. However, you find that one of the things that strikes you about the female centaur is she's blind.
Whoa.
My chances just got better.
She is very shaken.
but not stirred.
She seems very timid and, for the most part, confused as to what's really going on.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. I kind of need to get a debrief from the Fail about their military structure. Not the Fail, the Jins. Find out where she fits in the grand scheme of things.
You find out that she's what they call a chosen. She is one of the rare, from what is understood, and Distal can probably, it's rare for centaurs to be, to possess magic, and in this particular case, they have found that is even rarer in these lands, and those that can wield magic are what they call, shackled, is I guess the best translation, and they basically become the, I guess the best way to think of it is, you have some female centaurs that have magical abilities, but they're limited, but in what they're capable of is to, in a sense, wield these the chosen. So if you think of somebody who can cast, the chosen, in this case Varakara, is like the wand. Is how they kind of see it. She is more or less a tool to be used to cast.
Like the invading empire in Wheel of Time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sashan.
Yes.
They're the leashed ones. What is it? The
Leashed ones.
domain.
So, however, the process in which they become shackled and such, and the way, I guess, just the magic works is, the magic sometimes is so intense that it blinds them. In fact, when you've seen castings in the past, their eyes glow, bright, blue, and
Wait, have we actually seen them cast in the past?
No. Well, Rashid will tell you. If when she's casting, her eyes will, do that glowy blue thing that
like
you see
Arn,
there,
or like Finn's all the time.
Right.
I'm starting to sense a pattern here.
So
sorry there, Thorn. Your eyes are going to have to start glowing blue if you can actually do any casting.
They just get all flamey when I flame on.
Wow, I'm thinking their society really sucks. This Jin's a douchebag.
Well, for the most part, it's, chattels, chattel slavery, that kind of stuff. However, even in all the, treatment, the centaur warriors tend to be treated very well, fed very well, trained very well, and given lots of authority and such. However, the shackled ones, while they are fed well and whatnot, they are still, for what you can guess, is they don't know a whole lot better. It's like, she almost seems not just resigned to it, like, this has always been my station, and I'm proud to be the one of the chosen, for I am a tool of my master, and I will be wielded, I'm wielded against the enemies of my Jin, that kind of thing. However, you really quickly get to the feeling that she's extremely naive.
Brainwashed.
Like, very sheltered from the world, that kind of stuff, like the realities of such. Right now, because of the severing, she's having problems reaching. She exhibits strong problems, kind of even manipulate her magic, that kind of thing. Speaking of magic, when you walk into the city, Arn, Thorndil, and Finn, your sense of mana and it like fluctuates wildly from some places to others. You can step like 10 feet, and the next thing you know, it's like, wait, where did my magic go? But you take another step, and in another spot, it's like, whoa, But then, after a bit, it feels like it shifts. So, you guys are kind of the mana in this place is in crazy flux.
I'm not enthusiastic about necessarily staying here.
And get the Janik kind of agrees that he seems very uncomfortable.
Let's hear it for paradise, right?
And and Amira mentions to you that it's like this place is feels so very strange. In one moment, I feel like I can sing and calm the world, and the next it's like there's nothing.
Wild mana. Yeah, this will be very interesting.
It doesn't take very long, and the Sheik and gets all his people together. You kind of find a small and what looks like an abandoned kind of building, and I don't, somewhere like there, like a little square where everyone can kind of park themselves.
Oh, we're looking at the map. Gotcha. So, what are the ambient sounds of this place? Is it like
it
dead?
is quiet. It's like there's greenery, there's trees, other than like the sounds of some of the running water, which it's odd too because the greenery is so vibrant. You can smell it, like for anyone that's ever been to the desert and come to the back to the States or anywhere green has a smell. And because at first everyone's kind of like, what is that smell? And you realize
very
you're smelling
lush and wet.
Yeah. So there's almost a humidity to this place that seems out of place.
Any birds and insects?
No. Nothing that maybe some insect life, and well, actually there's you might see the occasional bird flying here or there.
Well, that minimizes the likelihood that we're in a pocket dimension.
And given some time, you definitely see, it doesn't take you long to find insect activity. But oddly enough, you don't find much in the way of rodents. The place just almost looks abandoned.
Are the birds all fat?
Nope, they look like normal desert style birds. There's not an abundance of them.
Okay, well, thinking we probably need to.
As the here's another view.
Wow, I feel like I'm in a video game.
Shh, quiet, you.
Everything's getting pixelated. I don't know what to do.
But even the sun changed as the sandstorm kind of envelops the city. It kind of turns the sky slightly a reddish tint as such.
Well, it doesn't really make a lot of sense for us to venture out and explore the city while the sandstorm is going.
Well, the sandstorm hasn't. The walls seem to keep the majority out, and here's where it is also strange. You can almost pick out what looks like the way the sand kind of encroaches over the city is like a dome. There is some kind of protective dome over the city itself. So the sandstorm approaches, hits the wall, and kind of goes over and around the city. And it becomes very apparent while you're in the city that you're not coughing, gasping, crying. The color of the light is changed because the sun still has to go through from the sun to the sand, through the dome, and to you. But the city itself does not seem to be affected by the sandstorm. In fact, that's something you note is if this place was abandoned and sandstorms struck it regularly, many of these, there would be sand everywhere. There isn't, other than where you would expect to see dirt and such and dust. Everything else seems rather immaculate. So there's no thin layer of sand everywhere or anything,
Interesting. Okay, well. The logical option, I would think, is to go to the center. Wait, we don't know this thing's a circle. So before that, we probably need to send Thorn, and I don't know if Lanfan is a super great climber like Thorn is, but need to send them up one of these tall buildings to get an idea of the layout. Probably glance at Thorn, and he's already scrambling up the buildings. Like, what? Oh, now? Sweet.
Something as you're kind of conferring with Thorn and Lanfan about such things, the Janet comes to you and kind of hands you a small sketch. He says, "The temple, the central temple, is what we're looking for." And he kind of it should look like this. That is when able and when the way is clear. This is what we're looking for,
What's in this temple?
It's where we expect to break the curse that holds this place.
I'm trying to remember
currently,
a curse.
The curse is the way the magic is, because the magic is so volatile here that.
No, I mean, was the curse mentioned previous session?
It was. It's considered, a lost and cursed city, mostly because, that no one knows why necessarily. They just know that he has, researched a means to break the curse, which, as you guys are kind of wandering, you assume it's steady the flow of mana here and potentially make it more suitable for people to live, because even those like Lanfan, Brum, Zistral that aren't magic inclined, it feels wrong. I mean, there are moments you will step somewhere and you feel like full of life and everything, and then the next moment it just feels just like the air around you is draining you. And as bad as that might feel for you non-spellcasters, for the spellcasters, it feels even worse. If that makes any sense.
Right. So, so gonna send. So, and the sketch is basically the map, a much blunter version of this circular map thing, right?
Well, it's kind of a what looks like a what looks like a temple, and
Oh, so his sketches of the temple, not the
yeah.
city.
If you find that, that's where we're going to be looking
Gotcha.
for. He doesn't have much in the way of sketches of the city itself. He doesn't know
Gotcha.
where he would find it. He assumes that it would be in the center of the place, but it could be anywhere.
All right.
The ritual
Thorn,
that
Von
he is
Fun,
taught,
this is what we're looking for.
the ritual for which he has spoken of, with needing the three mages or three casters and one of a type that's unfamiliar, i.e. Finn. He says the ritual will be performed there when we find it and secure it. Once we gain access, that kind of thing. Right. Takes Lon Fawn and
oh boy.
Thorn.
You show that to Thorn, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
It doesn't take you very long to find some really good spires.
You have to climb up, and the camera goes around you as you open up the waypoint, like in Assassin's Creed.
Only after I climb out on the little post.
That's right. You have to crouch while you're doing it.
So, I'm assuming you guys aren't making any kind of rush of it. So,
No.
That is a really weird.
Just give me a both.
Setup.
Well,
how do they get in?
Don't ask too many questions. I think they're just decorative, and these particular spires are decorative in nature. They're not really buildings so much as just spires. Give me climbing rolls in the box, or just give me a climbing roll. I don't care if you fail, as long as you don't crit fail. I'm not going to worry about a standard failure. I am crit hunting in a sense. I just for dramatic purposes. Well, for dramatic purposes.
Because, oh no, he's plunging to his doom.
Or something happens, So you slip. So both of you get feel a ding, and you get the sense that you've unlocked an achievement. Joking. Achievement unlocked.
Assassin's Creed.
You get a sense of the city. The city is definitely circular. There's a large body of water that sits in the center, with a couple smaller islands. It looks like most of the islands are built up. There's what looks like a large garden in that region. This area here looks like a kind of a castle, fortress, keep kind of thing. You have what looks like a palace of some kind here. Actually, I'm sorry. There. Yeah, I get to do my arrows. And then what looks like a mosque here. I wish you could type. That's what this needs, is an ability to kind of type onto it. And then you see a building that matches the description of what the drawing there.
Cool.
Do have those little icons that we can use.
Oh, yeah.
So as those are all going out. So give me a thaumatology roll, I guess, from Finn and Arn.
I can do that if I can find the damn thing.
So, does the caster bonus increase your thaumatology?
Natural caster, yep.
Interesting. Okay, so what you best can conclude is somehow you tapped into the raw energies of the storm itself. Still doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but again, the best conclusion you can come with is when you cast it, did in fact sever the end point or the origin point, which now, so it kind of shifted the destination point, which was where you were at, and the origin point. So in order to maintain the link, if you needed to readjust the origin to a new destination, and that current location became the origin. So if that makes sense.
Right.
So you suffered magical backlash. And only your quick natural thinking just kind of said, well, if I don't do this, then this is going to collapse, and if it does collapse, then you prevented basically a backlash by creating a new destination point. If not, then it would have backlashed, frying you in the process. It would have closed the portal still, but you would have also likely been dead and may have exploded, killing anyone nearby you as well.
Or turned into Dr. Manhattan.
Well, he exploded.
And or.
Okay, so if we know where that's at, then I guess we should probably go there. I think I'm curious. Let me look. Yeah, that's right. I am curious. Some awesome.
All right.
Checking out these buildings while we're doing that. Are there any signs or that kind of stuff?
No signage, street names, that kind of thing. Nothing that you can discern, at least. But you're pretty,
there's a giant 12 over there.
Quiet, you. Do you want me to kill you? No. Nothing discernible. Other, it seems like most people just use the regular landmarks and such to get around, that kind of thing. Monfon and Thorn.
Don't die, you two.
Yes.
As you guys are returning or exploring the area,
a giant bat attacks you.
Not quite a giant bat.
Giant emperor penguin?
No, that's where you said cat.
We're in Lost, so it's going to be a polar bear.
No, the smoke creature. Where did I put that image? I'm really terrible at naming. Here I am thinking it's like, oh, this is a perfect name for this image. Can't find it. That's why, because it's 2 pages. Come across a what looks like a small garden pool
Ooh,
I'm avoiding
lots
that.
of skeletons.
Can we tell what kind of skeletons they are?
They
Dead
look
ones.
human. Ex-human.
Oh.
So who found this?
That would be Lanfon and Thorn.
They see it from above.
Well, they see what looks like a pool, and hey, is that a person down there?
And where was this in location to where we are?
Let's see. We'll say, say you ended up somewhere like over there.
So they're closer to 11 than 12.
Yes. Well, let's see. I didn't even scale this thing. Huh. I should put a scale on it.
It's a city. Do you really need a scale?
No, I really don't. So
It's that a ways. How far? I don't know. You start walking.
Actually,
what would you
we'll
say the What would you say the sense of how many corpses are involved there? Are we talking
looks like
dozens, hundreds,
maybe
thousands?
a couple. It looks like at least a dozen, maybe more. You're not talking thousands, but this particular pool doesn't seem. Yeah, you've seen other pools like this, or what look like areas that might hold such a pool or a fountain.
Great.
I guess is the best way to.
The water's going to be tainted, just like that stupid oasis when we crossed the desert.
Well, I would suggest we climb down and go tell the others what we found.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you feel like, going by yourself over there.
No, I do not.
What is this climbing down stuff? Shouldn't you, jump and you land in a pile of hay?
Parkour!
There's no hay. I looked for that.
It's called extreme jumping.
Leap of
Falling
faith.
with style.
Falling with style.
You have become better at plummet.
Yeah. Corpses over there.
Human corpses over there.
It was a long
Probably
way away.
look at them and see what killed them. If we can figure that out.
Well,
We might see what killed them really close.
Guess that could be a. I don't know. Well, no one has diagnosis, or I don't know what the appropriate skill is. An IQ -5 or whatever, unless you have an appropriate medical. Or
Well, you just guess.
What are you talking about? I'm sure Arn secretly now has a necromantic speak with dead spell.
What? Who, me? Never.
I was actually looking in the necromancy section to see if there was a speak with dead.
I think there is.
Yeah, in D&D.
Well, I'm sure there's
don't
probably something
see
similar.
speak with dead.
I think it's called Talk with Spirits or something.
Well, there's summon spirit. Yeah, it's summon spirit. Talk to the spirit of a dead person. Resist it. -5 if he was a friend of the caster. Ooh. Now look at those modifiers. -5, you don't know the subject's name. -1 if it has been more than a week since the subject's death. It's skeleton. It's been quite a bit more. -2 if more than a month. -3 if more than a year. -4 if more than 10 years. -5
Gotcha.
for 50 and -6 for if more than 500 years. Yeah! Cost 20 to cast. Yeah, looks like it's frickin' 84 energy and RPM.
Well, if you stand in the right place, it might be easy.
All right. So, examining the bodies, it looks like
Obvious signs of foul play.
Yeah, so that's the thing I would look for first is any of them skull cracked open and that sort of thing.
it doesn't look like any obvious signs of foul play. It almost seems like those in and around this location, this looks like a it looks like a waiting pool. Like maybe this was a place for for entertaining, kind of like for people to sit in the water and whatnot. Any of those in
They
and
just
near the
didn't
water,
get out.
they never got out. Exactly. It's like
So,
one moment they
sudden
might
death
have been
syndrome.
enjoying a cooling, refreshing dip in the pool or something nearby
And
the
the next
pool,
you're dead.
and the next they died.
Yeah, so it's sudden death syndrome.
Yes, like a public bathhouse.
That's not disconcerting.
In fact, as Brum and Zistral kind of, you notice in and around certain fountains, the same can be found. Like what looks like a popular well, you find like maybe a body or the remains of a body that was nearby a well or.
Okay.
Any shinies?
Oh god, you say that. Isn't Brum greedy?
Yes. All dwarves are.
You might find a couple coin here or there, but
So
not
what I'm
sure.
trying to think is of a potential way to analyze the water to determine if it's poisoned or something like that.
If there is water.
There is.
Is there water in the pool?
There's water in the pool.
I don't see no water in the pool.
It's clear.
Oh, is
Wow,
it?
that
Oh,
is some
yeah.
seriously clear water, isn't it?
Oh, actually, yeah.
It's fine.
My mistake. There is no water in the pool. It's my bad.
I was about to say, because if there was water in the pool, that would make like all these skeletons still have meat on them.
Not
And
That
the
depends
water
on how
would
long
be
they've been there.
disgusting.
And,
The water
and
would
if
still be
there are any,
disgusting.
and if there were any like baby piranhas in there.
Although you do see the mechanism
Don't
to
take
turn the
away
water back
flesh.
on. It looks like somebody may have actually turned off.
Well, let's find out if it works.
Oh god, here comes a water monster.
Everyone jump in.
All right. There's it takes you a couple tries, but you eventually find
Honestly,
the valve.
we just probably
and-
need a little bit of the water to come out, then we can determine if it's fouled.
And the water does start to kind of pool in, like if it was and the water has no. I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the water.
Would it not be better just to assume that the water is all bad, yeah?
Ain't drinking it.
Maybe we should go to the lakes and see if those have dead bodies in them.
Okay, so that's the next thing. There is a purify water spell, so I don't see why you couldn't just sort of reverse that. And I was looking at that, and basically, I'm just trying to determine if the water is fouled. Clearly, Finn failed his curiosity check.
It doesn't seem to be. You find no trace of poison or or anything. Nothing that comes. Nothing
Okay.
that you can tell.
There does not seem to be any poison, but that's interesting.
Oh, actually, give me
And
before
yeah.
you cast. I need a universe reaction roll. So in this, okay. So as in this particular case, it was just how the mana if there was any mana shifts while you were casting. In this particular case, it was a little easier to draw forth whatever mana required to cast. Actually,
So like
that's a
high
good point.
mana.
In this particular case, it's high mana. Yes. But what you do recognize is as you cast into the to try and analyze the water, it's almost as if the water is almost drawing your magic into it, like a black hole almost. Like if you were to flick on, if mana were a flashlight and you were shining it at the water, there would be no light going anywhere else but from the flashlight almost directly to the water.
That's
How
weird.
can you see it?
Well, that's the point. It's weird like that. Like you'd see the shaft of light going from the beam, but there would be you wouldn't get any illumination outside. You know how light goes everywhere.
Right. So how can you see the water?
Okay, it's an example. It's almost like it's drawing mana straight into itself.
It's a mana vortex, not a light vortex, so you can see it.
Yeah, it's not light. It's just pulling life energy directly into it. Mana being kind of the... Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Understood? Am I confusing anyone?
Probably.
Oh, I'm sure I am.
All of the above?
Well, consider...
at least pass that on to Arn.
Yeah.
And then I guess we can probably head out. After turning the water off again.
All right. So, by the way, the time of day it is getting on towards evening, by the way.
Okay, well, with that in mind, we should probably pull back and let the Fail know what we've discovered, and then head out in the morning. I don't know if does anybody have Thorn has low light, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think he's the only one.
No, I think Brum has it.
He does not.
Yeah,
I
think
somebody else.
No. D&D dwarves have dark vision, but I don't think.
Well, I know, but
the
I thought he
Banestorm
did
one too.
though. I may be thinking of a different character, but still, I don't think Thorn was the only one.
All right. So the as you guys kind of return back to the camp, the Fail have taken up residency in a few of the buildings.
Hey, that looks like a hotel.
But whatever buildings they find. Rashid has set the few remaining warriors as guards. Kept mostly around his father and sister and the Janik. All right. So
yeah, I'm gonna pass on to them. The weirdness we discovered with the water. If nothing else, the Janik and Lady Amira might have some ideas, as well as what is it? Looks like it's in the center down this road. The temple thing.
All right. So how do you guys you set watch, etc.,
we're setting watch.
I need anybody have sleeping disorders?
Yes. Light
Arn
sleeper.
has his nightmares.
All right. So Finn, Arn, anyone else have sleeping issues?
I'm a light
Brum's a
sleeper.
light sleeper.
Yep.
Okay. Lanfon and Brum. Okay, that's 4 of you.
No, I mean 3 of us with light sleeper, and
okay.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy.
Finn, actually those with just light sleeper, give me a universe reaction roll.
What's that?
Just roll 3d reaction roll.
Nope.
Oh yeah. Brum, you sleep sound. Finn, you get no sleep at all, and Lanfon, you sleep very poorly as well. Arn, you get you are racked with nightmares all through your sleep. Like you cannot shake them. I wish I'd recognized that you had nightmares.
Because that's just that's an adventure waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's whispers of another mind. So you and phantom voices. Okay, so your sleep is absolutely garbage. Like it's like you hear what sounds like people crying out for lost loved ones. You hear you almost have this weird dream of people fleeing a djinn of its a djinn of some kind, or a large even Lashiel in your brain seems to be unnerved by the dreams you're having. Finn, you got poor. You too end up with nightmares. Anytime you try and close your eyes, your mind is drawn to like the screams of the dead, and the wailings of loved ones losing husbands, wives, children. You have the just foreboding sense of just wrongness, like some dark evil is in this place. And you just you may try and get up and drink something or whatever to try and stop thinking about it. But every time you close your mind, it's just like the restless spirits of the dead just kind of rack your mind. Brum, you sleep like a log. You're out cold, snoring. Thorndil and Zistral, please give me universe reaction rolls as well.
Why didn't you just say everybody to begin
I
with?
should have. You're right. I'm just looking for poor, or less. You guys are fine. You might have odd dreams here and there, but for the most part, you guys sleep fine on your ships. However,
so let's see. No sleep is what, 2 fatigue?
I'm not sure what that is.
Oh wow, I think it's 3 fatigue. You've been awake more than your normal day, typically 16 hours, you start to get tired. No, I haven't been 16 hours. But lose 1 fatigue if you fail to go to sleep, and 1 fatigue per quarter day, usually 4 hours. You stay awake after that.
Let's see. Yeah, page 426. So 4 missed sleep.
Yeah, I don't think we've been operating on a 16-hour day.
Well, they, you know, I
think Finn has.
But Finn, you've also like been pumping mana like crazy. So, let's see. So,
And he's got workaholic, so yeah, he's probably down 3.
okay, so it costs you. What's the cost? This is way too mathy for me right now. I'm like, what? Just it's like if this, then this. If this, then I'm like, can't you just say?
If you don't go to sleep after 16 hours of being up and you get tired, you lose 1 fatigue.
Okay.
You fail to go to sleep, and 1 fatigue per 4 hours.
Oh, okay. For every 4 hours, you're gonna lose. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so everyone that does not sleep is -1 fatigue, and for every
3.
4 hours, it's gonna be another -1. So, all right. Let's see. Somebody give me a D6 roll. Ha! All right, Finn. In the middle of one of your nightmares, you
Thank you
hear
very much, Arn.
I tried.
There's a shriek and a cry. You know, you're like, oh my goodness, this nightmare's starting all over again. And all of a sudden, somebody's shaking you awake, and it's Rashid. And the screen,
He's not shaking me awake. I'm not asleep.
Well, you're trying to sleep. You know, trying to do that. You close your eyes and try to. And Rashid is kind of, Lord Finn. And
don't call me that.
That what you thought were the cries of loss are real now. In fact, everyone that's awake, anyone that's awake, you hear somebody calling out. It's like from a couple of the buildings. Like, hey, where is he? Where is he? I don't know. And like somebody's missing, and Rashid's like, Lord Finn, a couple of our gods went missing in the night. In fact, I'm getting reports that some of the people, are further missing. Like, we don't know how many of are missing at this point, but they just disappeared.
Okay. Well, we need to get a head count, do all that.
Rashid runs out and's like, MC, calls out, and and even for those, everyone else, you start to notice that there's like where a tent and bedroll might have been, nobody rustles from there.
Well, this seems bad.
And after a little bit of time, there's folks are kind of doing the a kid kind of wanders around the camp, like asking people like, have you seen his parents? Parents are asking if they've seen a kid, that kind of thing. And Thorndale, one of the things you realize after a moment is Zayanra is missing.
Oh no, your cat lady.
And Rashid, you hear a cry from Amira.
Hustle over there.
And she kind of, she kind of wakes or she looks at you. It's like, my father, he's gone. And you kind of, she points over to where, he was, sleeping, and you can see where his covers have been pushed back.
I saw Carrie's response.
You can see where his covers have been pushed back, but he's not there. His slippers seem to be there, and like what looks like maybe a night robe nearby, but and it does look like the bed was slept in, but he's not there.
I will look for tracks.
All right, give me, those who are looking for tracks will need to give me a tracking roll.
I think I'm going to try to help him. No, wait, never mind. I suck at it.
All right. Anyone
I'm
else?
good at it, and I almost failed.
Yeah, I was going to say he probably is turning to tell Zistral to look for tracks, but Zistral's already looking for tracks.
Yeah, I radar rallied it.
You're pretty confident that if there might have been tracks, you can't seem to find any.
There are no tracks.
Any other trackers in the group?
Not trackers, but I am thinking of the equivalent of like detect magic.
Thorn's going to get up to the top of the building, see if he can see any movement.
Detect magic. Wow, there it is.
Most of you guys should have it.
Oh, that's if an object is magical. Mage sight. That's probably what I'm looking for.
Actually, okay. Zistral, what you do find, is as you kind of start to, increase your search radius, you find a body. Looks like one of the Fayo warriors.
What happened to him? Is he stabbed? He's got any wounds?
Yeah, he looks like he is stabbed. He has what looks like a sword wound, obvious defensive wounds, and there seems to be 2 puncture wounds also, in his flesh, kind of in the upper arm.
Is his weapon here? Was it drawn?
Yes, it was drawn, and it looks like it is fallen, nearby.
Okay. Does it look like the fight happened here? Is his blood pooled under him?
Yes, it looks like the fight occurred right in the alley or wherever he was kind of patrolling.
All right, well, I'll take his weapon and him back to camp and describe the scene that I saw and point out the wounds.
It doesn't look like he fought very well. It almost seems like Give me a combat roll. Yeah, give me a. Well, you have 18. You can tell that he seemed like his movements were very sluggish. Like it almost seems like he, based on, you can check his tracks. Like he was walking, and all of a sudden, the track, his gait kind of started to stagger, and in that moment of staggering, he looks like he drew his blade, tried to fight something, and then both whatever struck him, and he attempted to, it looks like he, if he struck anything, there's no blood on the blade. Actually, give me a search, or darn it, they don't have notice in this game.
It's just perception.
Give me a perception roll. There you go. Give me a perception roll. It'll be vision based. You notice what looks like a scale? Do you have naturalist?
I do. I'm not good at it, but I do have a point in it.
Well, give me a naturalist roll. You're pretty. This looks like a serpent scale.
I'll bring that too. Does the size indicate that it is from an especially large serpent?
It's larger than normal.
Yeah, I'll bring that too.
I mean, you're like, I've never seen a scale like this. I mean, it has the tail. It's not a fish scale, obviously, but it is a serpent scale.
Yep, I'll bring that too. And I will lay out the evidence before my companions here of what I've found, and point out the wounds and the scale, and describe what I can tell of the combat by the disturbances in the dust.
All right, he presents you all with such evidence as can be found.
Sorry, I was AFK. What evidence?
He found. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the guards was patrolling and apparently was attacked, and he it doesn't appear to have fought at his full strength, like something had stunned him or caused him some disability, and he was not able to draw blood before he was stabbed. And also there are these marks on his arm that looks like he was bitten by something, and I think perhaps a snake, because I found this nearby. It holds up an exceptionally large snake scale.
Oh boy. So looking at the injury, can we do a naturalist thing to maybe recognize what it is? Plus with the scale?
Zistro, it looks like a overly large snake bite.
That was with a successful naturalist.
Ah, okay, sorry, I didn't see that. Holy crap, it's only 9? You need to improve that.
Yeah,
that's not his thing.
Yeah, it's really not my area.
He doesn't care unless he can stab it.
And eat it, preferably.
Well, crap. Okay, giant snakes. Giant snakes could have taken all these people, could they?
I don't know.
Well, it depends on how giant and how many snakes.
Considering that we know snakes are involved, can I get a behind-the-scenes bonus for my tracking for the fact that I am definitely looking out for snake sign?
Sure, give me another roll.
Damn snake sign.
Okay. Worm sign. Yeah, so I go back over the scene with fresh eyes. Camp for people who are missing.
Yep. With fresher eyes and looking for a particular pattern that you would expect out of snakes, you do in fact find, some sign that, like movement, like something slithered here and there, in and around, many of the places people were missing from. It looks like the trail kind of leads off to the west. Yeah, west.
Might those tracks, for lack of a better term, suggest a body width?
Actually, I'm sorry, east. I'm getting my east and west. Well, tracking 8. At least you guess about, if it was a singular, it's a really wide snake.
Big around as your arm, big around as your
big
leg.
around as your torso.
Yeah.
Oh, yeek. Not ideal.
But you do
Yeah, so I'll
know
point
that
that out.
there are actually a few of them, like not just one, like almost like
So I noticed multiple different sized ones.
well, just like you can track this one goes this way, but it couldn't have gone this way and that way. So that means there had to be at least 2, and then you can see where that way and that way that had to be means there were probably 4, and
Okay, I will point all of that out in case anyone is working on their tracking. I'll explain what I see and how I see it.
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
Well, crap. Okay, so
as you guys are discussing this, the bound centaur just kind of starts doing the you people don't even know what you're getting into here.
I would keep my teeth together if I were you, lest I lose my head.
You may just staying in this cursed place. And he gathers spit and spits down a wad down at at his feet, or where near off to the side.
Yeah. Centaur laughs and says, in the first 5 seconds after you take these chains off, I'm going to kill you with that sword.
Okay. So, crap. We're going to have to follow them. We're going to have to track them. That's going to suck.
When did the storm subside?
Late in the middle of the night or so.
Okay, well, hopefully
It did
if
make
they
it really, 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 really dark last night.
hopefully if they left the city, they left before the storm. They left after the storm ended, or we won't be able to track them any further.
Actually, you're pretty certain that these tracks kind of lead
Going that way, probably.
Actually, they more go that way.
So possibly still in the city. Anyway, I'll lead the way and follow the signs where I can see.
Well, we'll first need to make sure that the survivors are assembled in some sort of proper defensive posture. So we need to go rescue these people.
Based on the count, a good almost quarter of the people, a good approximate 20 or so folks have disappeared.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, this is going to be ugly.
So either they made a lot of trips.
Snakes.
Yeah, either they made a lot of trips or there's a lot of snakes.
All right. As you follow the tracks a little further west into the city, in a small kind of looks like a fountain area, the tracks kind of change, and you see what looks like a cart. or the wheels of a cart.
Do they go round and round?
Well, the wheels did, and it looks like you deduce what looks like the logical conclusions. They moved the people onto the cart, and then ferry them to wherever they were going on this cart.
That seems
That'll
rather
be easier to track at
unsnake-like.
least. Yeah. But so does stabbing somebody with a sword. And do the snake tracks lead off in any direction other than the same one the cart goes?
Seem to, from the best you can deduce, they seem to follow along with the the cart.
That should make it easier to follow. We'll take off after them.
All right. You can. Is it? Keep opening my folder. Really should pre-open a lot of my stuff.
Might be a good idea.
All right. Where is? I'll just use this one. I had a better map. This will work for now for all intents and purposes. Or not. Where did that go? Must have renamed it. Did. All right. So, is your party order as is defined?
I don't know. I have to look at the party order.
Sistral lead, followed by Brum, followed by Arn, followed by Finn, followed by Lon, followed
Well, it's
by.
a city. Do we really need to be in single file?
Set yourselves however you're going to be.
Hold up, where are we at? Or where's the combat tracker or whatever? Not combat tracker. What map are you guys on?
If you go up, there should be like looks like three meeple. If you click on that, it opens up the party sheet, and there's a order button.
Ah, I see.
Should have your party.
But as far as the map we're using, it's Lost City.
We should probably be in staggered formation.
Thorn is roof running.
Okay, so
Cool.
you're up top on something.
Good.
So I got Thorn. I got everyone on the tracker. I don't have.
Should I be
on the
roof
tracker.
running the other way?
You could.
That's why I'm asking.
Couldn't hurt. Because my eyes are on the ground. I'm not really looking at what's coming.
Could hurt if she trips over something.
I can practice my falling with style.
Plummet.
That's not a skill I aim to improve.
So those who were. Oh, by the way, if you have been injured and recovered any hit points, please update such things.
Oh, yeah, I haven't updated it, sorry. I had some magical healing woven on me.
Is it assumed that we were healed up?
For at least a level of first aid. So.
Nah, it's totally fine. It should be fine. I can do freaking major heals.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
He did the weave last time at the end.
I have the feeling we're about to fight giant snakes.
Don't know what gives you that idea.
Very dangerous. You go first.
They're not snakes, they're legless lizards.
Danger noodle.
Danger noodles. All right, forgive me if your placement on the map is close but not exact.
I
Choose
will
to
not.
forgive you.
Apparently, I didn't copy over my. Much better.
You have to actually finish the sentence for
I
us
had
to
a better
understand.
street map than what I've got now. So. All right, give me a ambush surprise roll, typically done with perception.
Yeah.
Starting with Zistral. Well, we'll go with Zistral, and then I'll figure out how better to place you guys.
Perception?
Yep. And that is versus their stealth.
Well, the people roof running are not hanging back.
I know. Ah!
Oh no, there are Yuan-Ti abominations.
Should have just been the one roll. I hit it twice. All right. So perception rolls for everyone too, or because I'm assuming everyone's keeping an eye out.
Lon Fawn!
You're welcome.
All right. So, Lonfon, you have combat reflexes, right?
Just a sec.
I think so. How does that work? If she meets their thing,
Oh, I
so
do have
she
combat
sees it.
reflex.
Defender wins.
Holy crap, she did really well then.
What are you attempting to determine?
If they ambushed you,
Looks like
What do
Lon
you mean?
Fawn
Are
saw
you
them
talking
first.
about surprise?
yes.
Okay, so
Surprise.
both sides are expecting incoming, so it's only going to be partial. You do the initiative roll.
Okay, so that's with what?
But the question is, if they got spotted before they got a chance to spring the ambush, then there was no ambush. Or maybe they got surprised?
So did they succeed their roll by 7?
They succeeded their roll by 5, but I forgot to roll. They get a camouflage roll on that too, don't they?
If they're attempting to camouflage themselves.
So I don't know what the modifier for camouflage and hiding works.
Are they attempting to camouflage themselves?
Well, they're trying to hide, camouflage, and blend into their surroundings, and hoping that you're going to come right at them potentially.
Yeah, but I mean camouflage. Are they attempting to paint themselves to look like the background, that sort of thing, or are they just hiding in under a cardboard box?
Hiding in cover.
Don't underestimate a
That's not
cardboard box.
camouflage.
So it's just stealth then.
Okay, so just stop.
Right. So if it's partial surprise, Jam should require both rolls to roll, or both sides to roll for initiative. That's 1D with the leader on either side. I think that's going to be Finn in this case. Finn does not have combat reflexes, so he doesn't get the +2, but he will get a +1. The leader with the higher IQ, I don't know, is their IQ greater than 13?
They won't be greater than Finn.
Okay, so I will get a +2, and I have having even 1 point in tactics gives a +1 on initiative rolls. So that's going to be a total of +3 for me. I don't know if they have tactics.
Well, so it's a D6 roll. So you gotta be
Yes.
at 2.
Well, that's going to be easy because I got a +3.
Right, I know. So I think you guys got this.
And I needed it.
Try to fail it.
Nice.
So as you guys are kind of approaching, and before
Fun see something, and we go, oh crap! Danger close.
Okay, so step back for a second. Did they see us coming?
yes,
Then they're not surprised.
they're not surprised, but you're not surprised either.
So we saw them coming. Some of us
They
saw
probably,
them coming.
yeah.
So
as
we're
you guys
not surprised.
So as they were getting ready to spring their attack, Longbon saw it and shouted out, and you guys all did the "Huh!"
So there's no surprise.
There is no surprise. There's no surprise.
Awesome.
So is there a combat map we're using?
Yeah, I do have one.
Oh, you just haven't shared it. Gotcha.
No, he's not going to share it. We're theater of the mind now.
Gravy. I can't pull that.
I don't mind that.
Say that now. Hey, wait a minute.
Don't. Yes. So as you guys were kind of moving through a clearing and such, there's like a small, like little park. Looks oddly familiar. Less noise and less poo.
Day ain't over yet.
That's right. You're with the group.
It kind of covers both.
So that's a half wall. in and around all those. The Abomination 2 is a archer type, sitting is up on top of a building. Lawn Fawn, you're up on a building. We'll just say, for the sake, that whole line there is just a building.
Right.
And they attempt to spring their ambush. Lawn Fawn catches notice of it all before it goes down, shouts out a warning. The jig being up, the abominations spring out in their attempt to attack.
Am I on the map? Or was I supposed to be myself somewhere?
You're down below.
You're on the south.
You're on the roof.
You're up
Being
on
a
top
ninja.
of
She can't see. She didn't see the icon because she's a ninja.
You got Snap the Grid on.
You can. Oh, do I? And it should also have it in yards instead of meters. All right, Thorndale.
I am running on the roof. We should probably establish how high up we are.
I'm assuming it's your choice, 1 floor or 2. I'll let you guys make that call. The
2 stories?
Yanti 2 is 1 story up.
Roger.
Archer 1. I'll just rename him. They are equipped with swords and shields, or swords and bucklers.
Any ranged weapons among the ones that are visible?
Yes. There is an archer. I've just renamed him.
The guy on the roof.
Yep.
Okay.
So the guy on the roof,
Don't worry. After Arn's done, the roof will be on fire.
That requires a roof to still exist.
will take aim. Looks like he's aiming at, well, let's see, he has 3 targets to choose from.
Well, if he's watching the path, though, he might only be looking at the ground.
Well, you weren't. None of you guys specified stealthiness, so they saw the ninja types.
That's true.
Moving
Good
on the
point.
rooftop. So, since Thorndale's moving up on his friend the closest, he will take aim on Thorndale.
What is the height of the inner walls nearest the garden?
They're approximately, 3 feet up?
1 yard, okay.
Crotch high.
To you, maybe.
Well.
He knows Thorndale's up there. Oh, how high are you, Thorndale? 1 story, 2 story?
2.
2. Gotcha. So
Is the Yuan-Ti archer also 2?
He was 1.
1.
Ah, okay.
Non-fun.
Well, guess I'm gonna run the wall and try to get to that archer. Because I don't feel like jumping down. Am I allowed to do that?
Jump down, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
No, I
It's-
think she's
Run the wall.
Run the wall.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
that what-
run the wall, yes. You can jump down or run the wall. You're basically on the roof of a building.
She said she's running the wall.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the archer. Archer. Trying to get to the archer. How far can I move?
What is your move?
What is-
6. Her move is, I believe, 6. Tend to maintain light. Call. Yep, you're showing current attributes as move of 6.
Ta-da.
Ta-da! If you begin sprinting next round, I think you get an extra move point.
I think sprinting is probably not available on the rooftop.
It's a flat
Why
enough
not?
surface. This particular, they're not any kind of crazy.
Does she have that perfect balance?
Just moving.
Yes, she does.
Just moving.
Roger.
Heroic charge. I'm going to move 5, spend a fatigue for heroic charge, and stab Yuan-Ti Sword Snake 2 in the vitals.
You don't know where the vitals are on these guys.
On a snake?
This is half snake, half man.
Okay, well, I'm going to base that on the man part. And if that's wrong, then no bonus damage. And if it's right, then bonus damage.
Oh, give me a naturalist roll or something. I guess.
I already did
Trying to think.
by 8.
Oh. Well, that was way earlier that you recognized them as a particular, serpentine.
Oh, okay.
You don't
I'll
know
make
what
the
these guys
naturalist roll.
are.
I'm not actually good at. Yeah, you're right. I'm not actually good at naturalist. I'm not trying to say, hey, so I've heard that these Yuan-Ti, if you stab him here. No, I'm just looking at him and saying, well, he's half man. I'm going to stab him where his man guts would be.
Oh.
And that's up to you to decide if I'm correct. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
It makes sense.
At least a little bit.
All right. Going to do a deceptive 2. Success. Potentially.
I didn't need that mark.
What? You will attempt a retreat to give ground dodge.
No, he should throw himself onto the spear.
Oh wait, he's got a attempt to give.
He took his full
Block.
move anyway.
Yeah, block this.
couldn't retreat after his full move anyhow. Ah, wait, he can't give ground. He already used his move.
Oh, okay. Well, he still success by 1.
Very good.
No, he can,
Well, success
he
by
can
0
retreat
gives you-
as long as he didn't sprint.
Actually,
He would have
Oh,
to
yeah.
retreat in the same direction he had been moving.
it's away from you, so it has to be.
Yeah, but I mean, if you take your full move and then retreat another yard in the same direction, that's more than your full move.
You can, unless you charged. I thought you could always retreat, unless you were doing an attack as part of your move.
Oh wow! I'm going to start retreating at the end of every move then, to get an extra
That's
yard.
well, okay. Well, you can't retreat. It's a reactionary kind of thing.
No, but I see what.
I
what
know that.
Carrie's,
I see that. Yeah,
I see
but
exactly what Carrie's saying. I don't
Yeah.
disagree with him. He shouldn't have. Yeah. I don't know. That seems weird. I am going to step and attempt to ready one of my actually, no, I'm not, because Brum's got this guy. There's that guy. I am stepping and activating the shield. That's what I'm doing. Sorry, I forgot I need to activate the shield.
Yeah, god damn it. Been trying to find something and I didn't have time.
Oh, something just occurred to me. That's a magic shield.
oh yes, I will need a. I'll just take 1 for all. Well, let's see. Thorndale's more than. How far away is Thorndale from? More than 10 yards away, so.
what's that,
Neutral is
normal?
normal
Okay.
mana for you. Thorn, you're more than 10 yards away from that. So, in at least a 10-yard radius, everything around you is going to be normal. So even Arn will be fine. But Thorndale, when you use magic, you'll actually, you'll have to give me a roll.
Oh. Okay. I am not doing that. Okay, so I'm doing a DFA. On number 2. I can easily make the broad jump. I'll have to do the acrobatics at the end of it.
Coming off 2
So,
stories.
the deal is I'm gonna make a thrust attack with the sword at -2. And I will, according to Wilderness Adventure DF16, where the hell is it? Roll falling damage separately and add half of it. So, the falling damage on the easier action table for that is going to be 2d. So I will add 4.
I guess so. That's what
Assuming I
he'd
actually
say.
hit. So, the actual roll to hit will be that. And that. If he is unaware that the attack is coming, then he doesn't defend. Otherwise, he's going to defend at -2.
He'll fail.
That could suck for him.
It could. Give me I'm guessing a random hit location in this particular case.
I'm just going center mass, just to be easier. Max damage.
Wow. Let's see, 12. And that's going to be impaling. Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your roll here.
Oh, the other roll. Hold on. Nothing extra.
It's number 2. The
And
-3. So 12 minus 3 becomes 9. But impaling is half again as much? Or
what? No, double.
double. So 9 becomes 18.
Ow.
You stick him, and he kind of
Hisses.
and starts to curl in on himself.
All right,
and you take any damage?
I made the acrobatics roll by plenty, so that reduces the fall by 5 yards. I am assuming at this point that is 6 yards for a 2-story fall. And of course I take near max fucking damage.
Oof.
But that goes to armor, so
Which doesn't make a lot of sense.
the way they do it is if you have rigid armor, it's treated as flexible regardless.
Yeah. I still don't get it.
Just occurred to me. What were the?
If I put a guy in a suit of armor and push him off a building, he's splatting one way or the other. But that's fine.
So I'll have
you're
me
not
taking
an
1
egg in
point.
Okay.
And I will consider myself fortunate.
Consider yourself fortunate.
And so you get the spiffy Assassin's Creed camera as I come down from the top of the building.
Damn, died.
Just a normal warrior type.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, I rolled the wrong guy, but that would have been the archer guy on you, Thorn.
Oh. Well, I'm moving a bloody lot.
Oh, how much are you moving? Because you got to reduce his success by 6.
He moved 2 stories vertically this round.
He's still got to reduce it by 6. So
Yeah, that was
So
a
that's
good
4
roll.
yards.
That was almost a crit.
And then how much laterally? 3, so a total of 7.
Which is -3.
Oh, that's not good enough.
it's a lucky shot. Let's see. Since you're falling when he shot, it's going to be a random to hit. In your hand, apparently. If you don't dodge, I guess. Dodge that, right?
I'm
No,
gonna
it's
assume I
rear
can
hex.
dodge that.
He was moving in that guy's direction at the beginning of the turn, so
Oh.
It's a rear hex, so no defense.
what do you mean?
Yes, that is rear.
Yeah, but you didn't start in a rear. Like he didn't.
He
start
did.
in your rear hex.
It did. This would have been
He-
starting.
It doesn't matter where
He
Thorondale
was in my-
starts.
No, yeah. He
It's
was
where
in my rear hex
Thorondale
when
is
his
when
turn
he
started.
starts.
Huh. Okay.
You don't want to end your move giving someone a rear hex. That's basically what it is. Yeah. That's why I run around attack, even if they begin their movement in your front hex and move to even your rear, you still get only the rear side hex penalty, not the full. You can't defend.
That being the
Okay,
line of rear
I see.
hex.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's only just.
Yeah.
Which hand?
It's gonna be for 2. Let's see. I'm gonna. Well, let's see. You're coming down, so left is odd. So sinister.
Okay.
Oh. Zing arrow left hand 2 points.
Don't think that's gonna cripple.
It's gonna hurt.
I'm not gonna appreciate it.
Your gloves provide an DR.
And
1/3, so it's probably not going to
yeah,
cripple.
I got 5 for hands.
He will. 1, 2, 3. He'll meet your charge. Yeah, that's half. So. See, half forward. Oh, he's not going to do that. He can't. Because he's not going to do an all-out attack.
You can do a moving attack.
Some serious
Brum's
penalties.
perfectly okay with you doing an all-out attack, presuming you miss or he blocks it. Isn't that right, Brum?
Sure.
Right. So he kind of starts to move forward, shield and sword, at the ready. Ronfall.
Well, I'm just gonna keep running. Ta-da!
Alright. Brom is going to spend a fatigue.
If you could get to the far side of him from me, make him face you, that would be ideal.
Which side is his shield on?
Left.
Alright, so Brom will go there. He's going to make a lot of noise, swing his axe in a dual weapon attack, but the axe attack is going to be a feint.
Roger. Next.
Because that's how it goes.
And then he's going to follow through with his shield and bop him on the face with it.
So you have to make a
Nice.
check mark.
Add and see
Nothing.
if
You
that
just
isn't-
make a
Yep.
weapons check to see if it's any better than his. I hope it isn't. I hope it's like an 18. That's not an. Oh wait, that's his. Never mind.
It's by less. Oh, that's Brum. Oh man.
Okay, so he doesn't
So
get any.
actually, he would have been in a -2 there.
Who
Because
would be at a
it's
-2?
1
No,
for the
he-
DWA and 1 for the feint.
What?
No, that was his
To resist the
feint.
feint.
Just his
Yes.
feint.
Oh, that what?
Is resisting the feint roll.
Oh. Brian rolled again for the second
Right.
attack. I thought
Right.
that was the feint.
Alright, so he's going to be at just +1.
Shield on shield. Clang!
Christ.
Why was he at +1?
Because he saw the feint.
No, that's not how feint works.
How
it
does
just,
it not
It
work?
was 0.
His feint was success by 1. Mine was feint success by 2. So
Yeah,
I have
that's
a margin of
not how it
success by
works.
1. What?
It doesn't give a bonus to the defender.
Just
It
means you
prevents
saw the
attacker
fake.
from Penalty.
Uh-huh.
Prevents the attacker from bonus.
Yeah, spinning
Wait.
attack works that way.
Okay, so wait. So then who got the penalty there?
Nobody did. His feint was useless.
Wasted.
Okay. Wait, but how does that work if, I see the feint coming, like, by a mile? I thought there was
That
some...
means you telegraph.
Then it just doesn't affect you.
Yeah. Yeah, the only one that works
You don't
that way is
react to it.
spinning attack works that way. If the defender outdoes the attacker on a spinning attack,
Okay.
he actually gets a bonus.
Think of it like this. I go to fake him out, but he sees through the fake and just doesn't react to it. So when the real attack comes, he's ready as he would have been normally.
No worries, no worries. On. Yo.
Did a heroic charge. It failed.
Alright, I'm going to, I think, do a heroic charge. Let me count hexes again. Nope, can't quite make it. Gonna do a full move.
I'm just rolling in defense right now. I need to take a bio break. So if I'm attacked, that's my defense roll for it.
Roger.
I am stepping and activate. No, I'm gonna do a full move. No, I can't do a full move because then this has happened pretty much simultaneously with Zistral, and I don't want to get run over. One.
No, you're
two,
fine. You can
three,
move through,
four. No, I
friendly
see where I'm
hex.
going. I see where I'm going.
I won't raise you down.
So full move.
Thorn
I'm
is
kind
gonna
of
do a
hoping
little-
that it's gonna draw his fire so Bonfon can come up and stick him in the back, presuming Zistral doesn't turn around and skewer him like a shish kebab.
Thorn is going to do a
Oh,
shoulder
no.
roll and get under this damn wall here.
PLF.
I'm terrible with the javelin.
He looks like he tries to reach for an arrow, and instead of drawing it quickly, he just draws it.
That's his turn.
Snaky snake will.
He was startled by the fact that my shield is just floating around me. Okay, probably not.
We'll take a step and we'll strike. He's going to dual attack. He will attempt to strike you with a sword, and these are size mod +1, by the way, guys. Sorry, they are large creature, or
Whoops.
they're so.
That matters.
It does. Is just when it so when you like, why is he biting me at not close range? Because he can. Going to attempt to. Well, that's actually. Brum is fully armored up, isn't he? He's not going to try and bite through that, so he will just swing.
Good God.
I would have taken Brum's block, but that's a crit.
Shit happens.
At least it wasn't the bite.
Yeah, I was like, wait, no, he's not going to try and bite somebody that's clad fully in armor.
It would have been better than if that was his bite, because then he'd be breaking
That's true.
teeth.
It would have, yeah, he would have been breaking teeth, and I'm like, wait a minute, these guys aren't dumb. Normal damage.
Ha ha.
That's totally not our favorite one. Except when
It
the
is
bad
today.
guys
When
roll
it's
it.
when it's for the bad guys, so they'll slash you across the
Dude,
chest.
that might not even get through his DR.
Probably
It
not.
does. 1 point gets through.
Ah,
So he takes 1.5.
one. Downfall.
You made me bleed my blood.
Guess I'm running.
Actually, she might be able to hop across to the other one, sort of shortcut a bit.
Oh, yeah.
What's her jump ability? How far can she jump?
Well,
So where's that?
You are sprinting at this point since you've been.
She's got a
running
full run going, so she could probably cut that corner. With
She's
no
also
problem.
going from level 2 to level 1.
That's true.
Yeah.
That gives her an extra yard.
So, at what point is she? Because she's also sprinting, so she's at what, move 7 at this point?
Yeah, so I'd just say she could get the full 7 and make the acrobatics roll at the end of it. She could just cut the corner like she's on the ground.
Yeah.
Gonna do that.
Wait, so where would I be?
Oh, at the end
Well,
of that green
if you-
arrow. If you
If
make
you
a
make
jump
your
roll.
acrobatics.
Yeah.
Well, let's attempt.
Well, I think you have acrobatics too. So
Yeah.
acrobatics
Oh,
or
yeah.
jump.
She's got a bunch of acrobatics.
Yeah, she's
And
rather
she's gonna need all of
jumpy.
it.
And tried to fail.
And try and fail, but she'll bloop.
Russian
Ta-da.
Judge says
You
7.0.
failed to fail.
That's what I do best.
Really?
But
I succeed at failing best.
So next turn, the archer is done.
Brum. Yeah, because he's only on round 1 of reload. Draw arrow.
Brum will say, he'll see Zistral coming up. He'll say, surround him. He's no good to us dead. Let's take him prisoner.
You might feel a stick.
And Brum will move there, and he'll try and force him back with his shield.
Okay, so like a slam or a...
I think that's a slam, yeah.
Shove, maybe?
Or shove, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
slam
shove
is if
would
you come
be,
in.
I don't know
yeah.
if shove would work here because he's a fucking snake.
Well, he's not going to get much out of a slam at 1 yard, but if you give him a shove, you get the double knockback on it.
That's true.
So,
And you can use the shield to do it with the shield bash.
Oh man, by 8. Jeez.
Here comes
It's a
your
shame that
critical
doesn't do
success.
anything.
The critical success on the defense.
Shut up.
Nope.
Or not.
so
Or
it's
just a
just
regular one.
shield bash damage, double knockback.
Yeah.
So,
So
8.
8 points of knockback. If he's strength
his-
10, he's pushed.
No, he's strength 14.
Whew.
Yeah. Not enough.
It is crushing. Does that make a difference?
No.
No. But that does damage though, right?
No.
No.
No, a shove
No.
doesn't do any actual damage.
It's time.
I keep forgetting to add the DB to all the attacks.
Not attacks, defensive.
Maximum firepower.
Nice.
Oh, right, yeah.
Best he can do is try and dodge that.
But you can do that in 1 round?
Cast and hit with it?
Well, you attacked with the stick last round. So I
Yeah.
thought you had to... okay.
No, Flame Jet's not like Fireball.
Right. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
He doesn't have to.
That's
he
what
doesn't
I'm
beef it
thinking.
up.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep, this
I
one
was
doesn't do
thinking
anything.
fireball. Okay.
Try and retreat. Back away in a dodging maneuver motion.
Now, since I have the reach to reach as far as he's retreating, does that change it at all?
No.
Okay, had to try.
No.
If you
But
hit him,
you can follow him.
Yeah. Even if he moves out of your range and you hit him, or he fails his dodge, you still hit him.
Even if he blocks it, hey, good God.
Yeah, well, I could set his shield on fire.
Not when he did a triple
Retreating
sideways
dodge.
somersault,
Now,
which is weird because he's half snake.
If you didn't take a step before you attack, then you can take a step after, so if you want to follow it up. Assuming you want to.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Is it... Well... I guess that would follow the rule about shield damage as far as setting shield on fire.
Yeah, but he dodged.
Is he
yeah, that's
using
true.
boxing, judo, karate, or fencing?
He dodged. It's one
He
dodge,
dodged.
a parry with boxing,
Comma,
judo.
parry.
Yeah.
There's a comma after the dodge.
All right, so Brumley, what was it you said to Zistrol as you were trying to get between him and this guy?
It was, he's no good to us dead. Surround him, and let's take him prisoner.
Oh man, you're no fun.
Now you could charge him and smash him into the wall.
I'll just take a full move and threaten him with my spear.
I am moving. Full move.
The walls are here, aren't they?
Yes, the walls are there. They're meter high.
They're there, but they're only 1 yard high, so I ignore them for my steps.
Righto.
And they're not like closely together like, pews.
Okay. Thorn is going to reach over and yank the shield off of that sword snake's
It's like a buckler.
arm. Well, whatever. It's something. And then scooch
medium
back.
buckler.
So he's trying to maintain his cover. The shield is not ready.
Right. It's a medium
What
buckler.
for?
For
You're
steps.
fine. You don't need to hide.
Oh, it is a medium buckler. Okay, gotcha.
He did get shot in the hand by the archer. He's trying to not get shot again.
Oh wow, she can get there this round. No wait.
Yeah, he's
9
done.
yards. No, 9 yards. She can get there 8. She can cover 8 with a sprint or with a gonna have to include a jump.
She can do a heroic charge.
I can shoot a shuriken.
Ah,
Yeah.
good choice.
The arrow is still in Thorn's hand, isn't it?
It was not that big of a hit, so I'm presuming it just cut it really nicely.
Yeah, it might have sliced and blown on.
So it hurts like a sumbitch. Yeah.
Just saying, if you remove the arrow, you take half damage coming out. Would that be enough to cripple your hand?
Yeah, it wasn't really impaled, I would think.
Yeah, that was a pretty glancing. That was a pretty glancing damage roll.
Although, just you saying that, under what conditions is it actually impaled?
I would assume if you take damage, it's impaled. A glancing blow would be like no damage.
That always makes sense.
No.
Have you ever taken a glancing blow?
All right. It probably like skimmed across your, arm or hand, the back of your wrist or hand, and left a welt of blood.
It's a deep enough cut. It's 2 points, but
Well, you only took 1 though, if I recall.
I thought it was 2.
No, that was Brum.
Oh, okay, yeah, 2. So
Whatever.
all right, so this snake looking, that as it's being surrounded goes all out, leaps forward towards Arn, striking with both, reaching out with its long neck and fangs and trying to thrust the sword into his gut and, bite down on Arn. Be an all-out, so he will be defenseless next round. He will fail in the thrust. Succeed in the bite. Oh, I did say arm, right? So I didn't add the modifiers, but that will still succeed.
Nice.
It is
Flesh
ticked
doesn't
off.
taste like that.
Is there DR for that?
Let me check.
I don't know. Okay, so it It tries to sink its hand in, or bite into your arm.
Yeah, what DR? No, I guess that's really not DR, is it?
No, it just says stop a blow with only your arm. If the spell succeeds, the arm becomes harder than iron momentarily. Well,
Which
Harder
is enough
than
to...
iron.
It's treated as a parry, I think.
Yeah, it's treated as a parry.
Yeah.
A
So,
parry.
Well, the point being, if he bites something with DR 3+, it's considered rigid.
yeah, and I'm also thinking it's
it's
like if
hard
you
as iron.
if you parry a punch with your sword, you're going to inflict damage. You could inflict damage with the sword.
I would think if
Yep.
that were going to be the case, it would actually say that in the spell effects.
Yeah, it says the spell
I don't
can
know.
parry no attack that a sword could not parry and is considered a parry for the purposes of combat. That's an interesting question.
You may injure your attacker. Immediately roll against your skill with the weapon used to parry. In this case, it would be brawling.
Where does
If
it
you
say
succeed,
that?
it's under parry. If you successfully parry
okay.
an
Yeah.
unarmed attack with a weapon, I'm going to
I
treat
was
your
looking
arm
at
as a
iron
weapon. No, in this particular case, you may injure your attacker.
Are they natural biters?
They are natural biters.
He's -4 to his attack roll.
Okay. Well, actually, no, I don't have natural biter on this one.
What is that? Is that a advantage?
All right,
It's
so
I think it's a perk.
so it wasn't. Oh, you're actually going to burn a luck on that. Okay, so
Nice. One more.
now give me one
Yeah,
more.
we'll do it again. You might roll a 3. You didn't roll.
Alright.
Well,
There
you
you go.
rolled a 3, but
Well, it doesn't matter. Success. There's no defense for him. So give me a brawling. I guess a brawl attack.
Yeah, it's
which
just
would be
punch.
two.
Oh. Yeah, that's about right.
It's minimum 1.
Minimum 1.
Not on crushing.
No. Crushing can go to 0.
No. BS.
It
I
ain't
never
happy,
used my luck, so I figured might as well
and
be
it
worth
is defenseless for this round.
Yeah,
which
that
is
might be a
going to
bad
kind of
move.
suck for it.
Did you say
Yep.
you went all out?
Yep. All out double.
So I just
It wasn't
noticed there's-
expecting his arm to turn into a metal rod. It saw the less armored target and decided, hey, I can bite him.
Well,
I don't,
he did.
So can Lanfan heroic charge and reach the archer?
She's going to have to do a jump, isn't she?
No.
It's
That's
less
what I
than
was
Yes,
gonna
she
ask.
can. Well, oh, is he 9? Well, he's 9 yards away, but you only have to get 8 yards.
And the gap is less than a yard. I don't think
And
that's a
there's no
jump.
gap. Don't worry about that. Just ignore the gap. Assume that's all continuous rooftop there.
Oh.
Her
the
move
archer's-
is 7.
Oh.
That puts her there.
Archer's not
She's
in the hex.
sprinting though.
So there is a
Which-
doorway,
okay,
but it's underneath that level.
Can you
I
attack
think,
at a sprint?
Yes, you
I
can.
think- don't you have to go straight when you're sprinting, though?
You have to be going forward.
You also have to be on level ground.
She's technically on level ground. She's perfect balance.
Because the roof is level.
Oh, right.
So she could be able
So
to
she can go
sprint
there.
and attack. The only thing is she can't retreat.
Move and attack,
You
heroic
can go
charge.
there too. You can get right
So kill him.
Do I need to like drama Kasari?
I would assume your weapons, whichever your primary weapon would be, is drawn.
Why?
Okay, cool.
They were running around the rooftop.
Expecting bad guys. And you found them.
We were looking for trouble.
So I'm gonna make it to the dude.
Well, you can make it straight, or you can stop short and use your reach of your. So you can either be right up on him and just use straight up, comma the snot out of him, or get, however far and use the range, because your Kusuri Kama has a reach of
It was a
So reach
6 foot
of 2?
chain, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, reach of 2. So be there. Would be
Cool.
a heroic charge and attack. Yes. So you got to burn the fatigue.
1 fatigue.
And where do I burn that exactly?
Just reduce
On
your
the
fatigue by
combat
1.
tab.
It's a
There's
CFP.
current.
CFP.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, current fatigue points.
Okay. So I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna attack him with my Kurosagama. Hopefully.
Striking with the crushing part or the cutting part?
So, Mark, you have him facing southwest, but if he's targeting Thorn, he should be facing northwest, shouldn't he?
Well, he's been reloading.
Targeting Thorn? Yes, no?
He's not targeting anyone at the moment. He's
All right.
reloading.
Which facing he is facing is important here.
Oh,
Yeah, because she's coming from behind if he's facing northwest.
Yep. He could have still shot Thorn from technically that angle too, but
Have it your way.
I say roll a D2.
okay. So under your combat tab, your cursor gamma, there's a little drop down arrows to give you all your different attack modes, and then you should see all if you're wanting to do the swing, the comma is your bladed part, the kusari is the weighted, basically blunt, smack him in the face like a punch kind of thing.
Ooh, that'd be fun to hit him in the back of the head and make him fall.
Possible.
I want to do that.
I don't know
enough.
if you want to take the penalties on that though.
Well, it's enough damage. You'd have to get at least, what is it, strength -2? So you have to do at least 12 points, and you're not going to be able to do that. The most you could get is 6, 7, 8, 9. Unless you do a strong attack. I guess you could do strong.
Can you sweep a snake creature with no legs?
Not after burning the fatigue for the heroic charge.
Yeah, he can only fatigue once per turn.
But I'm just going to use the comma part and slice him somewhere.
Okie-doke.
I'd say you could sweep them. You just put them off balance, like on the. It'll still put them prone.
He gets to attempt to dodge you. He does not have a shield.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
Good roll.
Let's hope it stays.
Yeah, you can do an upper body sweep too there.
And failed. So going for his chest, I assume. That's 7
Retreat.
points cutting.
Is he jumping off the roof?
No, he's
Space
going
there.
up the roof.
It's not a lot. He's go back that way too. Just have to go. Well, he has to go
Takes
away
him off
from
the
her.
roof, doesn't it?
No, if you
Oh,
assume,
actually, no, that one's not valid. Because that's not
There's
farther.
However, she's going to slash him. He's got DR3, so 7 becomes 4, becomes 6.
Yeah. Good shot.
Thanks.
Now, did this guy all out attack before?
Yep. He is defenseless. He tried to sink his venomous teeth into Arn. at least create one casualty for you.
Alright, so Brum's going to do a actually he moved. So Brum will spend a fatigue for a move and attack.
Can't he
Or
just
heroic
step?
charge, I should say.
Can't you just step and attack?
He's going to throw his shield down, and he's going to use his axe and get
Arm
this
grapple.
guy in a sort of chokehold.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm assuming it's just going to be wrestling for that.
I believe that's true.
Chokehold is at a penalty. Oh, wait.
It'll
So,
be
is he doing an
wrestling
arm
with the
grapple?
-5 with the
You're
for the
basically
neck.
arm
So
grapple.
it's going to be half the penalty for a grappling move.
Arm grapple. You're attempting with the using your weapon as leverage.
right. And I'll telegraph it because he all that attack.
He can't. He can't defend it. All right. Right. So how does that? So he's considered grappled with your wrestling, right?
Wait. Okay, did you say he was arm grappling?
Yes, he's using his axe as a.
As a choke. So I've moved
Right.
behind him. I'm using my axe to choke me out.
Yeah, okay, that's not wrestling then. That's armed grapple, which is the weapon skill -2, which is probably not going to be any worse.
Yeah.
Which would be
Or
better.
judo, if you have it.
Okay, so and it was -3 to hit the neck
That's
instead of the full -5.
that's still an easy hit.
So you have hit the neck, and so next turn you can actually apply the chokehold.
Right, but he's grappled.
But that one will be wrestling, regardless of the fact that you're using a weapon for it.
How tall are these courtyard walls?
3 feet.
1 yard.
About crotch level. Don't slip.
For you.
Don't put your back to that guy.
It's fine, I trust Brum.
He still has his weapon.
He is grappled. He can't actually leave that hex.
Yeah, he's gonna hit him with his tail. It's gonna reach way over there. Oh crap!
Yeah.
Whoa!
So that's was that
Doesn't
your casting roll?
that's the cast roll.
That's a
So
cast to
that's-
start
So it-
revving
so-
that.
Cost you no fatigue.
No fatigue.
I can live with
Nice. Free
And-
fireball.
Okay, yeah. You are in the 10-yard normal mana radius. So.
Okay, so on the guy that Brum is grappling the human end of, I'm having trouble visualizing where the snake end is. Could you draw it, freehand it on the map maybe?
I'd say the snake part
He's
starts
tailing
where
his
the
body.
scabbard is.
He's just curled up. It's just curled up underneath him.
Oh, so he's not
he's
spread
not
out
a
across
long
the.
creature. Yeah, he's technically just a. Yeah, he's not a 2-linked creature that I'm aware.
Okay, well I'm going to gingerly step over the wall and just pin his tail.
So strike to the torso, basically.
Just doit. I just don't want him running away from Brum.
It would just
You could
it's,
call it. You could go ahead and call that the tail. Whatever it's probably about the
I
same
don't
as an armor
think
leg
they-
on that. It's probably -2.
They don't have legs. They just have torsos.
Right. It would be considered a leg shot.
They don't have legs. There's
I'm
no
saying
it
damage.
would just be
He's
considered.
facing the
It's
other
not
way,
his
so
torso.
There's no
It-
defense,
there-
so I'm.
Either way, succeed by 7's going to be enough to hit anything.
Yeah. So that's 1 point of damage and immobilized is what I was going for.
Don't think there's really a method to
Well,
work that.
I guess if you do
Well,
damage,
no, that was
It
just.
would
my
be,
intent.
you could treat it like a pick. So
yeah, you could.
you do your damage as per normal.
Well, I didn't really want to roll my full damage, but if you want me to,
But
I
it
will.
won't.
Well,
it
you
won't
don't
be
have to.
impaling because it's not to a torso. It's to a limb.
He doesn't have.
With a muscle powered weapon, you can choose what damage you're going to roll.
Yeah,
Not
so
the
I
result,
want to do
but
1
you can
point.
you can roll like 1d minus something.
And with piercing, it'll be minimum 1, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to take a 1d minus 5. 1 point.
Does not go
There you
through
go.
armor. Bounces off. Skits off his scales.
Well, it still makes contact.
But skits off his scales.
All right, I tried. You make it work this time, Brum, or I'm killing him.
Okay, so with this, I think Finn is actually going to basically be doing the equivalent of a bluff here, since he is aware that his magic is immediately visible when he does it. He's going to start apparently casting as an attempt to maybe draw the Yanti archers any threats, but he's not actually casting anything. He's just making the stuff appear. I have no idea what that would be.
I guess it would just be any kind of thaumatology as a bluff.
No, I don't know if you do that. That seems
I
like
don't
it'd
know.
be kind of weird.
Or just any spell that would be flashy enough to trigger your spell thing. Just
But I don't want to
stopped before
actually.
it's-
I don't want to
Well,
actually.
that's what I mean.
Expend one of the spells.
But that's what I mean is you would just start to cast and then stop because you become as you. So say a spell that takes 2 rounds to concentrate, regardless
well,
of what
it's
it
me,
is.
remember?
So any
Yeah,
spell,
remember
you
it's
just
remember
stop
it's me.
concentrating
It's
next
like
round.
probably minimum 5 seconds or something like
It's
that.
basically I'll
but-
treat it like a feint. Really.
Let's see. Well, could I actually do that though? I'm not within melee range.
Well, I guess you can't feint at range.
But yeah,
call it
I'm just trying to distract him. So
Okay,
Lon can come out and smack him in the head again.
I guess it would just be a intimidate roll. So
I
default
would-
and intimidate.
Okay, I can do that.
You could
Or
go
if you
with
have
the
intimidate. All right, that
the
works.
feint. You could go with the dirty tricks feint on that.
Basically, just trying to get him to flinch.
Yeah, so you'd call it the defensive feint.
And he flinches hard.
It's all that
Uh,
lightning, that sort of stuff.
Thorn's gonna come out of the crouch and ready the shield, and is in the process of closing the gap. Now that the enemy is otherwise occupied.
All right, so he flinches hard. Let's see. This is. He could just release. So, what was your intent to get him to shoot at you?
To not shift fire to Lanfont.
Okay,
So if he shifts
he
fire
see-
at me, that's fine.
So he sees you readying up a spell, and he'll take the snapshot at you, or basically the shot at you.
Here comes the critical hit to the head.
He did the fast draw.
Yeah, he's Mark's been counting that. He has the arrow ready.
Yeah, he failed the fast
he
draw.
would have been
did a
able to
draw.
fire last time, but he can't. So
Yeah.
this is
Was
his
there
turn.
another turn in there?
GM,
Yes.
Yeah,
reload round 2 if you
Okay.
cycle up there. Yeah.
Yeah, he took all the turns.
Phil, I guess in this case, now that I understand what you were trying to do there, you would have
Why
been
did it
doing
roll?
drawing fire.
Okay, it's not going after himself. So, success by
That's
5,
success
which
by
is
5. That's
which is
made it by
success.
1.
Made by 1.
Donk.
Donk.
Where's drawing fire?
I know they have that in social engineering.
All right,
provoking
so
attack.
he is gripped by the neck in a grapple.
He's
So
gonna bite you. He's gonna eat you.
he is going to attempt to gain control of this and wrap himself around you and start to constrict. How does that work?
At which point, Zestral's gonna say, "I told you so, man." Stab.
Okay, so he's going to do a grappling attack. So he'll need whatever grappling skill or dex.
Wrestling.
He's using a quote unquote limb that isn't currently being grappled, so it should be free.
As a constricting attack.
And I'm not sure if it makes a difference, but Brom is behind him.
Now
So
he has
minus
double
2.
jointed too. He's also
Yeah,
double jointed.
he turned.
Okay, so he'll
Ooh,
be
that'd
at
be all creepy, twisty.
-4 to his dex because he's being grappled, and he'll be at -2 because he's behind him.
But
even
I can
though it's
ignore up to
flexible.
-5
What?
for double jointed.
Can ignore up to -5 for double jointed. What?
Only
-5
on
what?
grapple.
Or any of his penalties.
Huh?
According to double jointed, he can ignore up to a -5
Of what?
In grapple.
in grappling.
Oh,
I'm guessing that's-
okay. I got you. Okay, so he can ignore the 2 then, or the 4. I mean.
That's what that means.
But it doesn't change the fact that he has to face one hex or another.
Well, no, but because he's flexible, he doesn't have to turn around.
Right, but
Oh,
he does still
yeah,
have to
it
choose the
says-
facing.
Yeah, you cannot stretch or squeeze yourself abnormally, but any part of your body may bend anyway. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
That's,
he can basically he's taking the lower part of himself and wrapping it around Brum and trying to constrict.
You get +5 on climbing, erotic art, and escape rolls.
So is he facing northwest or southwest? Or
Okay, so
due
I don't
south?
have to. So I still have to succeed on my grapple, but I'm already
Yeah,
grappled.
you still have to connect.
Okay, so on my next turn. Okay, so he can't do the constrict until his next turn
Now,
why can't he?
because it says
He has
to
to
use this
actually attack
ability,
first.
you must successfully grapple your intended victim, and then on your next turn, each successive turn, roll a quick taunt test, strength versus victim or health, whichever is higher, you win.
Alright, so
Takes
roll
damage.
to grapple me.
Now, technically, Brum couldn't have gotten behind him that round.
He
That's fine.
had all out
He
attack.
used,
You're
yeah,
all done.
he did a move and attack or a heroic charge.
Oh, you actually went all the way around him. and
Yeah.
then did
Yeah.
it. Okay, never mind.
Because if you remember, Carrie was like, "What are you burning that for? Why can't you just take a step?" And then suddenly he's behind him.
Right. Good thinking.
Yeah, I was actually wondering the same thing as Carrie until I saw where Brian put his character. Then I went, "Oh."
And really, you didn't even have to go that far around him to get behind him.
I still want to know the Sword Snake's ending facing. What hex is he facing?
He will squeeze
Oh,
around
now.
to get.
Now,
where
he
he
won't
can-
be able to turn around.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah,
he
he
will
will.
just.
No, because Brum is preventing him from doing that.
Who? Well, he's now. Okay.
His
So
body can bend any part, any way.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm preventing him from
still has
bending.
His body. Yeah, his tail. He can attack Brum behind him, but
Okay.
He can't actually turn to face Brum.
okay. So he's now wrapped himself around, the lower part of his body around Brum.
Well, I
And
still
Brum-
get a defense roll.
Oh, well.
That's true.
Don't you have to drop
Yeah.
your wrestling
No.
to do that?
No,
Nope.
he doesn't.
I'm going to spend a fatigue for some extra effort.
Roger.
Man, you're just burning through the fatigue over there.
I got lots, but
Oh,
doesn't
man.
work.
So the two of you are grappling one another.
Mhm.
And
It's a grapple fest.
Yeah, it's kind of a 69.
Hey, Zistral, just throw some oil on them and tape it, and then we can sell it on eBay or something.
Snakes, dwarfs gone wild. Fun.
So before we move on too far, what is the Yontee's facing?
That's his facing. His facing is as is, because apparently I can't turn.
I can't. Yeah, I can't tell.
Yeah, now
So I
that
think
he's
facing that direction.
Yes.
now that he's
Okay.
grappling, I think you can actually do a contest and actually get turned around.
That's an action though. Is on his
Right.
turn though. He can make a
Right,
contest
he
of
would have to
strength.
Right, he would have to actually do that as an attack.
So
Gotcha.
interestingly enough, so Brum's got him like his axe around his neck and pulling to him. He's wrapped the lower part of his body around Brum and started squeezing. And
Yes.
It's like, who could choke who out first?
Well,
Brum has
and
armor,
Brum's going to
so
win that because Brum has it by the neck.
and Brum has armor.
Lanfon, if you want to be able to have a greater attack roll of effective skill of 9, then you're going to want to spend another fatigue.
And you only part of your
Although if you just
And
took
your
a
weapon
single
is unready.
step, yeah,
did sling your weapon out.
Step and attack.
It's unready. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's slung out, so it's out at reach. Now you can do what they call, isn't it the return attack? Or she can, when she yanks it back. and
I
tries-
don't-
No,
A
no.
return
that's-
strike.
Is that the
That's
return
not
strike?
something you can do after you've made another attack.
Oh,
That's
that's
something
the.
you could do intentionally as an attack.
Could she long step and then Sparta kick him off the wall?
Yes.
She could.
Only if she shouts out, "This is Sparta."
She could also quick
Called.
draw the sword and hit him with that.
And she could fast draw sword, step and attack. She could fast draw shuriken, throw those. You have options. You're a martial artist, so you don't even technically need to draw anything. You step, kick them in the face for all you're worth.
How tall are these things?
Oh, they're big. They're probably about as when they're off. Well,
Yeah,
he's
these
about.
guys.
He's probably up on his. He's probably.
You said they're SM1s, so,
They're
and remember,
big.
she's like a midget.
Yeah, she's
She
like.
probably doesn't want to punch him.
Yeah, they're like as big as Haruki. Only most of their weight is in their length of their tail, curled under them as a support.
And they're creepy ass snakes.
You don't even have to move an attack. You're just a step and attack away at this point.
But her weapon's unready.
Right. So
Right.
she either fast draws and something else, or kicks him in the face, or push.
Can't kick him in the face.
Yeah, you can.
Well, you can.
That'd be a big
You have to stretch a
jump.
little bit.
No, technically, I mean, it would be a jump, yes, but this is still, you're a martial
More of a
artist.
hop than a jump.
I'm gonna
It's
kick
still-
him in the face. What is that?
All right. Step
-5.
Step -5, and your martial arts roll.
Karate.
Karate.
Actually, she should have a kick thing on the combat side.
I don't actually. I have karate.
Should be on day.
I have
On
at least
karate.
Cut out
arrow.
Is there
Kick.
is there a thing under karate where it's like
Yeah,
if you
there's a
click on
kick
the little
and a punch.
there?
Yeah,
Yeah, there
use
you
the
go.
kick.
So a -5.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Holy
Wow.
cow!
Alright.
Wow. It's because she shouted, "This is Sparta!"
This is Sparta.
This
even
is
though
so.
nobody knows, even though nobody in Banestorm probably knows who what Sparta is.
Aw.
Oh crap! I'm gonna have a fireball go whizzing over my head, aren't I?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, not directly over your head.
Mendel remembers.
Do I still do damage, or since he dodged?
Oh, he
No,
kind
he
of
got out of the
dodged
way.
it.
He's all bendy.
Super bendy. Like Gumby. Right, so now you start applying your
Right, so now you would do the chokehold.
Which is wrestling, I believe.
chokehold.
Yeah, it's in
Let's
the
you,
basic.
wrestling -3. Or
Let's see,
it's
apply, he did
weapon
that.
skill -3.
Yeah, wrestling -3. It's not
Right,
weapon
or-
skill in this
Well,
case.
he's using the weapon as the choking
It
mechanism.
doesn't matter. You only use the arm grapple to establish the grapple. You don't actually use it to
Oh,
for the effects afterward.
So chokehold 371. Okay. 404.
Yeah. So he okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, I do a quick contest of strengths.
Okay, so he didn't try to break free, so he skipped that part. Yeah. So blah blah blah. Victim loses 1 fatigue point per suffocation. You can choke him for crushing damage. And get +3 to strength for that purpose.
Alright, so I'll be doing the choke, so he takes 1 fatigue as per suffocation, and I will be doing the crushing damage as well.
On your
And
next
I
turn.
think that means you have to actually make the roll. Actions after grapple, choke or strangle, yada yada. Quick contest, strength versus the higher of your foe's strength or health. You're at -5 to use only one hand, +2 per hand after the first two. Nothing there.
So do I have to roll strength against his?
If your size modifier exceeds your foe's... Okay, never mind that. If you win, your foe takes crushing damage equal to your margin of victory. DR protects normally.
So is this a
Fair.
strength
Yeah, so-
contest?
Yes, strength or health.
And I get +3.
Roger. Woot.
So you do 6 points,
6 points.
times 1.5.
Plus he also takes fatigue.
Yep, loses the
If-
fatigue.
If any damage, even blunt trauma, penetrates the victim's DR, you also start to suffocate him. Okay, yeah.
Alright,
That's
so
nice.
you did how much damage total?
9.
So he has got DR3 for his natural thick
So 4.
scales. So 4 points.
And then the 1 fatigue.
4 points and 1 fatigue.
And his eyes are bugging him.
And then, because he's got control of his head, Brum will say to Zistral, right, now club this snake in their head, as he's presenting his face.
Hit him in the head! Knock him down! Yeah, knock him out!
And here comes the fireball.
You sure you want this?
Lunfa,
No, I
duck!
really don't. But I expect that's not going to stop you anyway.
Well, I was going to go hit the archer, so I'll go hit.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the archer. Yeah, because I was messing with the archer.
Where did you think the firewall was going to go? Right into the face of the grappling Yanti?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine too. But I think there's some penalties for fighting two grappling foes.
Yeah, there's no way that doesn't catch the both of them.
Do it.
Which could be funny.
So close.
You know, I keep telling you, you can aim.
I was seriously considering it too, but then I thought, nah.
And
You could all-out attack.
You can all out, and that'll give you a success by 0. But you're not going to be able to defend yourself.
Sure.
Oh,
All
doesn't have to defend himself.
All right, so success by 0. Let's see. You can always dodge, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yes. As long as he knows it's coming.
Oh, he sees his fireball. It is not. He's no. Well,
That's
he
true,
sees
it
it
is
coming,
obvious.
and he eats it.
That's pretty lame.
Yeah. I didn't even catch his hair on fire, if he had hair.
Did you
He
catch?
is.
Did you catch my previous comment there, Ethan? It's like, when I rebuilt or added the new explosive lightnings, I jumped them up to 4D.
I did not.
8's not bad.
No.
That's pretty cool.
It
No,
still
that'll
hurts.
hurt.
DR does protect, so that becomes 5. He's half move and dodge, though. Charred.
So
Monfon smells
Brum-
chicken.
So Brumley and this Yanti have each other gripped and held, and Brumley is saying, hit him with a stick.
Yeah.
Club him in the head.
Club him in the head. Alright.
Yeah,
So
all right.
Zistral... Well, Zistral tried to pin the snake, and it bounced off his armor. So... This is not exactly what Brumley wanted to happen, but I'm going to put the point of the spear...
Are you going to
No.
jog him too hard?
No, I'm going to put the point of the spear to the Yanti's eye, where Brumley has it held real still, and I'm just going to
It's not real
pierce
still.
him.
It's don't consider it real still. It's
He's not pinned.
Yeah, and they're twisting
they're
and turning
struggling.
around each other.
Oh, well, it'll be thrust vitals then. What's the penalty for attacking in melee with a friendly and close?
-2.
-2.
I really hope you don't over-penetrate.
Well, he's kind of coming from
That's
the
what
side.
she said.
But
sort of.
there again, they're still wrestling. I mean, there's a
True.
roll by 9. Back,
And telegraphed is 3, 4?
4.
All right.
Okay, so since he's grappled, his
Definitely at some minuses.
dodge is -1 and parry's -2, which doesn't matter.
Now, can he still attempt to block? His arms are armored.
With what?
He's got a shield.
I guess you can.
Is he grappled by the arm?
Nope, he's grappled by the neck.
Oh, okay,
His
yeah.
hands are
He should be
free.
able to try to block, yeah.
Oh, actually, well, shield's in close combat though.
He takes them. He doesn't.
He
He
is in
ignores
close
them.
combat.
No. But he ignores up to -5.
No, that's for being grappled.
Well, and close combat.
This is about having a shield in close combat, not about being grappled
Right,
while you do it.
I
Hold on.
Roll to see if it matters.
It still provides a defense bonus, but it hampers you while you wear it. Any attack
That's a
you make in
buckler.
close combat, except for the blah blah blah, has a penalty equal to the defense bonus of your shield. And that is a parry or block.
block.
And he's -1 for being...
I think he can't block.
No, -2 for being grappled, isn't it?
All right.
One
So
to dodge.
He got
You may-
skewered.
you may ignore up to -5 penalties for close quarters. I don't know if that matters.
I don't think that's going to affect the shield, but well, maybe.
I would
Yeah,
say
you
not,
cannot.
because it's his arms and stuff that are...
And it's telegraphed,
Doing it.
so he's getting a bonus now.
Yeah, you cannot block at all.
Okay,
in
so he
close
can't
combat.
block. Okay, so then that would have translated to a dodge. So dodge would have been a -1, so it would have been an 8, which would have been a 10 because he's telegraphed, so that still skewers. Alright.
Although I kind of have to wonder if you could actually block an attack that's not coming from close combat.
I mean,
But that's another story.
Am I in a side hex there?
you're not a real side. Not quite there. Close. It's in that weird zone.
Actually, is he?
He's facing directly away from Rum, so
Yeah, because it goes down one and then up one.
That is a side hex. Actually, no, that's not a side hex.
Oh, okay. No, it goes there and then, yeah.
Any half hexes are considered front.
His butt's in a side hex.
sames.
It doesn't matter. You're skewering him, so damage. Since he can't block.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So, let's see. 10 becomes...
DR divided by 2.
Oh, so its DR is 3. So that becomes... DR becomes 1?
Is it 1 or 2?
2, because it's any... Yeah. And though I think it becomes 2, but I don't think it's really going to matter. So 8 becomes times 3. So
Yeah.
4. How does that work?
And Brum is like, no!
Are you gonna lie and tell him it slipped?
No! I'm going to tell him I tried to immobilize him and his armor was too hard, so I poked him in the vitals.
So he goes down. That's negative.
Oh man,
by
lucky
double.
break. Brum controlled his bad temper.
That could have been amusing. You know, I turn
Yeah,
around and you two
not
are
cool.
fighting, and it's like, what the
Please.
hell?
Why? Maybe another time.
Yeah. He did. He said he was at least his first death check, and they're just Mookie level.
Who's up?
For Christ's sake, Zistrel, I said club the bastard.
I tried that.
It sounded vaguely like stab.
Let's see. Who's next?
Turn.
Third?
That was
Carry.
Zistral, right? So Zistral needs advanced tracker.
Oh, sorry.
Right. And I just noticed something that I had completely forgot that I had. Finn is going to ready in action, because he had that. It takes me to do that for one of my rituals to activate one of his flash spells.
Okay.
Moving.
Is hurting. Oh, he is going. Well, I guess he will attempt to grapple with Lanfan and wrap himself around her and squeeze the life out of her.
Might be able to take him alive.
Yeah, you got to coordinate that.
So initiate, moving in to initiate a grapple. And grabs.
Does he hit? Does he go on torso?
Yeah, he's gonna wrap around her. Yeah, I guess the best would be the waist.
Dude, he
Your
probably took
acrobatics.
torso, waist, and legs.
Yeah, like basically, yeah. He's kind of wrapping himself around, trying to pin you in.
Okay, so what do I do?
Acrobatic dodge.
Dodge. Defend yourself.
Or you could throw yourself off the roof, and he's got to fall after you.
It would be a defense. Well, that would be a retreating
Retreat?
dodge.
Dive.
You could
Or
call
dive.
that you could call that an acrobatic retreating dodge. I think that would be legit. Although you'd have to stick the landing.
Or
My
you just
thing is, I just don't want to give him distance because then he can use his bow and arrow.
you can do what they call a slip.
He's going to
and
have to
take
re-ready it.
You can slip and move one space around him and still stay, and it puts him in his rear side hex.
And you have a view of how the battle is going in the courtyard, so...
So you can do what they call a slip. It's a retreat method, or no, side slip. Sorry. So it's a +2 to you would move. Yeah, she can side slip.
No,
as a dodge.
You can technically, but it doesn't do anything from close combat.
What do you mean, like bonuses or?
Because you can't.
She's side slipping.
Is because if you side slip, you have to be the same distance away, but the same distance is the same hex.
Or she just does a give ground, I guess.
It's weird.
I'd just call it a side slip. Just give her the bonuses for that, because it's the same distance as she would have been where he started the attack. He just ends up out of position. That's how I would see it. Because he's moving in on her.
The attack didn't occur until he got into
it, but it's all simultaneous. The attack is occurring.
Is the problem with it is if you allow the side slip like that, that means she's behind him.
Exactly. He moves out of position into the same mode.
It doesn't allow that.
Well, it doesn't say it doesn't. So I'm going to allow it because
we've had this conversation before, and
I don't recall it.
It came out that was illegal.
all combat's
How can you side slipping close? If you
Well,
side slipping close, then you're actually stepping out of close.
well,
So that becomes a retreat.
she's basically evading his move and stepping.
Right, but
Yeah, but
to do a side slip, you have to move 1 hex. So if you're in close,
the
you have
easiest
to
thing
move
do
out.
is do a retreating dodge, plus 3, take a step backwards, and then your next move you're still going to be in his rear side hex, and you'll be fine.
that's true.
So retreating dodge gives you a bonus of plus 3 instead of plus 2, and you'll be still at a advantageous position.
And
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 do
you,
it.
you can
to
still
be
do
fair-
and you can do acrobatics too.
to be fair, if he can't hit you, he's just blown his entire wad by shooting at you.
He's not shooting. He's trying to grapple.
Yeah, but he's grappling with his quote-unquote feet.
All right. So you get a plus 2 so total plus 5 to your dodge.
Did I get anything added to my acrobatics? Because I just plus 3 to that.
That's still gonna be a
Yeah,
success.
it's still a
Oh, because you
success.
added the plus 3 for the dodge. You just did it. earlier.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're good. We'll keep
Oh
you
man,
honest.
she's starting to say
we
it
won't-
like a Canadian. Sorry.
She's been saying
Sorry.
it that way for ages.
So it's a plus 5, and my dodge is
10, I think.
Okay. I was just trying to figure out because there's like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm like, which one is it?
10.
Oh,
If you look at your combat tab, dodge,
It's going to
parry,
depend on
block-
her
Oh,
encumbrance
you're
and-
looking
yeah.
at your front. Yeah, you're.
Whew, tried
well,
to
you
fail.
needed that.
All right. So he is dead lawn fawn. So you are now in his rear side hex. So any attack you attempt, he will be at a -2 to defend against.
And I still haven't pulled back my Kirisagama, have I?
No.
Nope.
But you could quick draw your sword and just whoop, take his head.
Cool. I'm going to do that.
So I need a fast draw sword, and then a strike sword neck at a -5. Start with your fast draw. All right, and now a strike at a -5.
Which one is it? Is it
Ninja toe.
Ninja? Oh, Ninja Toe sword?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you could say telegraph to get a +4.
Cool.
Do it.
What's that? What's telegraph?
It's basically
That means it's
+4.
easier
you're
for him
announcing
to.
it's yeah, but because you're also coming out of the rear side, it's negate it. It's even Stevens. He's also half move, half dodge.
Oh, is he?
Evensies.
Oh.
So we'll do it because you're -5 for the neck, but you succeed by 2. That's going to stink for him.
Don't worry about it, Brum. There's still the archer. Look. Oh.
Wait, do I do damage or is he dodging?
He's attempting to dodge,
Mark's
but failing.
seeing it.
miserably.
Yeah.
Now damage, and that is cut for neck is what?
2.
Minus DR times 2.
So,
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
so 5 becomes 2 becomes 4.
Uh,
That
Makes me
drops
feel
him
a
to
little
0.
better.
That makes him go to 0. So you put a big nice gash. You know, he kind of, you know, you hear a hiss of, you know, breath from the severed trachea as he slips and falls down into a bloody, curled, semi-charred pile of snake guts at the bottom of the wall.
Yeah, that's
Ye-
totally. McCarry's totally right. He's like, there's still the archer. Oh, crap.
He didn't take his head completely off or cleanly, but, you know.
I did
yeah,
the
but she looked
job.
cool doing it.
It looked cool.
So combat over.
Combat is over.
Brum will be extracting himself from the coils of this dude, and he'll pick up his shield, and as he's doing this, he's just cursing in Dwarven.
Braga, 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 braga. All right.
Ow. It really
I
hurt.
got a boo-boo.
What? What's wrong with you?
Ow, I took an arrow to the frickin' hand. Must have been a
Across
lucky
the head,
shot.
not up it.
Huh.
I think I twisted my ankle a little bit too.
All right.
On that guy's
stand still.
skull. But I bet it looked
Too
awesome.
bad. Too bad. I was totally gonna accidentally blind Thorn and Arn with my flash because I was gonna shout in Sahudis, Lanfan, shut your eyes, and then just right, and then go whoosh with the flash.
Poof. All right. So whatever your
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah, well,
Let's take a quick 5-minute break.
Righto, so we're going to break.
We are. So, yeah, everyone's back.
All right, we're back.
Sweet deal. Welcome back, everybody.
All right. So, making sure everybody's okay. Then we probably need to check these things for any actionable intel.
They have aside from swords, weapons, swords, bucklers. They have like a small like little pouch, like a not like quite messenger bag like, but it looks like they might have just some what looks like maybe some foodstuffs and
I have
that's
my
about it.
doubts. I'm interested in that.
Yeah, doesn't look very pleasant.
All right.
But they're basically thrusting broadswords, medium bucklers, and a short bow with, say, 12 remaining arrow or 10 remaining arrows.
Just a reminder, my bow skill is 2.
Right.
That's right, because you're incompetent.
I picked up Inconfident, and I don't have any points in it, so I was like, ha! Which is ironic considering, Dad.
But that's
Okay, so, they were clearly waiting to ambush us. So we need to find where they were coming. Man, it's too bad we weren't able to take one of them alive.
Man, come on.
What?
I tried.
Oh, is that a thing?
all right. So
Brum rolls his eyes.
Yeah, so we're not going to get any intel in this immediate area, but we might be able to. Well, this is a city. Because I'm wondering about more slithery tracks.
Well, they set up an ambush here, so they were waiting for us.
So tracking around the ambush.
So they knew we were coming.
or suspected you were coming, in case they were being followed.
Yeah, let's
So
try to.
the GM
pick up-
says.
So let's
I didn't say
try
nothing.
to pick up the trail.
It's the giant voice.
It wasn't that giant.
Attempting to pick up the trail.
Yeah, I'm
All
thinking we
right.
should probably try to exercise a little more stealth this time. Wait, wasn't Brum crappy at stealth? Or was it Arn? I can't remember which.
We do the group stealth. That's how we get around that.
Arn at least has it. I can confirm that much.
All right.
Brum is
I'm crappy
reasonably
at
stealthy.
stealth. I'm crappy at stealth. Right.
All right. So Zistrel, as you kind of pass this point, it seems pretty easy to track. There some more movement and whatnot. While the tracks seem to, traverse this area, they seem rather recent, like no more than a day old. Some of them look like they've gone out, come back. You pick up the trail of the cart pretty well, and at this point from here on, they don't seem to be hiding their tracks any further. They've given up hiding the tracks from this distance. You assume that they probably figured they're far enough away that no one would have followed them this far. They could be a little more.
Well, we left a easily escapable death trap behind us.
Nobody would follow us this far except, PCs. It's a good thing there are no PCs in this city.
Right.
Yeah, so the next time we break for water, I'll bring in the team and say, hey, they think they lost us back there. They're going to full movement. They're not trying to hide their tracks anymore. We should pour it on and catch up with them.
Yeah.
Right. Let's do it.
All right. So Thorn and Lonfon are still leading the pack. Are still up. Sistel's leading the
Yeah.
pack.
Sure.
All right. So, Lonfon and Thorn, as you kind of follow along, you kind of get to a point where you start to see what looks like a rather a larger structure kind of open up in the not so far distance, but in the distance. And you actually see what looks like some movement around it.
It's like a living carpet.
Looks more like a ziggurat. Not quite a living carpet, no.
No, yeah, I mean, the
On the
movement around it.
inside. I'll get somebody's attention and
You're up
Mention
high, so
that.
you can see.
yeah.
Big token.
Wow, I haven't seen those hands in a while.
And you see what looks like this may be a little bigger than
Bumpy pyramid?
a bumpy pyramid. There is a lot more greenery around it, and it's more level with the surrounding lands. This is one of the ones I found.
Oh man, that's gonna be a bitch to get Zistral into that.
Well, it has steps.
Well, the steps are at least of approximately, say, 3
That's
meters.
true. That's true, because snakes don't exactly walk straight. They, slither.
And Lonfon, from your vantage point near across from Thorn, you see, bright as day up at the topmost portion there, what looks like a small altar. You see this woman, arms kind of outstretched with a dagger in her hand. There are two of, they look like men from at first, but then you're like, no, these guys have snake heads. They do not have the snake body. And you've seen these guys before too. These type of race. They kind of stand in 4 corners of, and on lower tiers are a few more of the snake men that you've just recently fought. On the altar, however, is what obviously looks like one of the desert people, and there seems to be an ongoing ceremony.
Every time we find these guys, they're always getting butchered.
Yeah, what's up with that? They're supposed to be badasses.
Well, this is one of the regular people, not one of the fighter people.
Even them are badasses. They sent the Sardaukar running with old women and children.
She doesn't seem, the person doesn't seem to be in her complete facilities. Like, they seem almost paralyzed.
You don't see the PC thing hovering above their head.
You also don't see how many bodies they left behind before they got captured.
They took the snake bodies back with them. And you kind of both, this is at some distance, you do kind of watch and, unable to do anything in this great a distance as there's a glint of light off of what you assume to be a dagger as it's plunged into the form on the altar. You feel what like there's, and everybody kind of feels like a rumble throughout that kind of radiates through the city, like a slight tremor, and then they seem to start heading back into their ziggurat.
So who got stabbed?
Looked like one of the Fail.
One of our
Civilians.
pimps.
And since we are where we are at, we will call that the cliffhanger. Well, I'll give you the working fight map for Joker based on tiers and everything else. See.
Crap, now I'm going to have to watch Conan the Barbarian again, aren't I?
Yes.
Alright, this is a big map.
They will all perish in rivers of blood.
Ignore the one ziggurat, it's more like the other ziggurat. Like I said.
Holy crap, that is a big map.
There's a lot of white.
Seas of it.
The ziggurats are all the same.
Oh, there it is.
One ziggurat is much like the others.
That's kind of what I went with. There.
Wow. So that's
That
next
was-
week.
Next week.
Oh my goodness, that's like a dungeon crawl.
Put the scale on.
Love it.
Oh, there's a scale not on?
Well, it's not doing yards and stuff.
And turn
There
off.
it goes.
Turn off. Snap to grid.
So 1 point.
If it's not already off.
All points.
All the points, yes, 1 point. Across the board.
Wow, those are really, really wide steps. 9 yards?
Oh, maybe well, one square is considered 10 feet, and no, that's about right. So those are approximately 20 feet wide.
I suggest a bonus point for Lanfan for preventing us from being surprised in that combat, because it could have gone a lot worse.
That's true. Yeah, if they'd actually caught us with the ambush, that would have been a different story.
So bonus point for Lanfan, second.
I'll allow it.
I'll second.
Of course, guys. Thanks.
Hey.
All right. Shiny.
I guess that's that. Stream out.
Next week.
All right.
Next stream.
Thanks for being here, stream.
Thanks for joining us.